When this life is over and it starts again, I wanna hear, well done, welcome, well done, well done, well done. I look to the hills where my help from. I just wanna hear, welcome, well done. I just wanna hear.
I asked what's heaven for a black man. They said Wakanda. I thought about it, I said Wakanda. It is separated, never to be colonized, but Christ ain't T'Challa-sized. Anybody who challenged dies. This kingdom ain't visible to the naked eye. And with your mind, you can make a spaceship fly. Our women in order, but they ain't warriors. No bald head either, them locks is glorious. No purple flower for power, that world is ours. Times got dark as the Middle Ages, but brighter over time like vitiligo, the Renaissance, but with nigga faces. Family photos whitewashed like the dinner place get. The moon phases to me symbolic for entertainment. Cause waxing great isn't Lil Wayne, it's in demonstration. It's boost the pavement with no thanks and little payment.
I look to the hills where my help from. I just wanna hear, welcome, well done. Ooh, I wanna hear, well done.
I'm reading scripts out the mouth of God, reading lips, fingerprints on Ephesians 6. The kingdom of the 12 invisible, since it's within you. Best believe that purple rain when the princes assemble. Post-traumatic slave genes in my body though. Most black folks deal with spirits like Diageo. Our OGs had no vision, just the audio. They all lost that love and feeling like it's Hall & Oates. We bring that word to your door like a paper boy. How come when it's time for war, y'all ain't making noise? Like yelling underwater doing pantomime. Without the law, y'all niggas soft like dandelions. Cars get pulled like hamstrings and all-nighters. Me and my Rubinite, we tag team like Paul and Silas. I'm playing Game of Thrones, waiting in the danger zone. The earth is our turf, even the way is home.
I look to the hills where my help from. I wanna hear, welcome, well done. I just wanna hear, well
Cause when them horns get to blowing, my Lord get to smiling, and them tears start flowing. Zion right over horizons, and the gates start to open. The crowd so excited. Everything I'm holding deep inside, I can let go of in the twinkling of an eye. I'm a titan of a soldier, angels fly over my shoulder, same color as Godiva. God, I dive into your presence, feel your effervescence, all up in your essence. This is what I held for in the belly of that jail, torn, hellborn, hailstorm, maelstrom. Now I'm standing with my prayers gone. Gabriel, get a Lord of fair warning when I see I'm going airborne. I'm beside myself, me standing next to me. He got it all on lock, gave me an extra key. I know where my land at, that's trajectory. Just listen to what he said to me.
I look to the hills where my help from. I just wanna hear, welcome, well done. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh.
Yeah. It's Jacob's time now. Yeah. Right. Get it. Yeah. I was at work when I wrote this. I I got my mind on the kingdom. I gotta stay focused. We gotta give them the hope of Mashiach, cause I know they feeling so hopeless. Babylon about to pass away, so now I'ma give them they roses. The revelation won't be televised. You see the roar burning in my eyes. The word of Abba got me energized. Most of my people, they still hypnotized. I feel like Elijah, go and pick a side. 400 years we've been compromised. Telling the truth to get you out the lies. Like what the world, he won't let it slide. He won't let it slide, no. He won't let it slide no more. His people not done away with. No. New weavers coming back to him like a yo-yo. We Israel on the inside and out, so let your soul glow. Rise up, Israel, get your eyes up. You gotta be chosen for this walk, you just can't sign up. Oppressors better own up, cause we knowin' that they time's up. This isn't a phase, only my Abba can make my mind up. Take us time, yeah, take us time, yeah, take us time. Renew your mind, yeah, renew your mind, yeah, renew your mind. Yeah, take us time, yeah, take us time, yeah, take us time, yeah. Take us time, yeah, renew your mind, yeah, stay on the grind, yeah. Was on the road when I wrote this. I'm on the road to the kingdom. I'm praying the lane will stay open. 2 hands on the wheel, hey. In the most high I be hoping. Yes, I rely on his wisdom. So I'm casting my burdens, I'm open. It's almost that time we gotta get through. I see how your time, he tryna recruit. Step on the beast, his head I will bruise. Time to put cleats on all of my shoes. Time to go deep just like a masseuse. I got the keys, I read it in loot. Christ is inside when you in the truth. Kill my desire, cause these are the fruits. He giving me drive, my body's a coupe. Yeah, we on the rise and we cannot lose. Yeah, never repent, cause that's why I'm sent. We close to the end, what side would you choose? Dawn in my flesh like I got a rose in the hand. How can I fall off? He got my soul in his hands. I leave you behind, I'm so beyond the storm, riches in heaven, I'm monetized. Enemy plot, I got a weapon, cause the Bible I'm reading is my device. I rode with a mob who live in heaven, you don't want to with squad, ain't nothing nice. His wisdom divine, it's so ironic that I took out the 11 and now I rise. Yeah. It's Jacob's time now, yeah. Rise. Get it, yeah. It's Jacob's time now, yeah.
It's our time.
Appreciate that, Marcus. Appreciate that, Marcus. I'm over here talking all the good stuff, right? Pretty much what I was saying, like today, man, I wasn't really feeling it. I had I was having on and off migraines. I really wasn't feeling it today, but you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, man, it had to be done. You know what I'm saying? I had to get over here and I had to bring out that content. You know what I'm saying? I haven't had one since I put it in my mind, hey, that I'm gonna do it regardless of what's going on. You know what I mean? Cause look, we don't know how much time we got left, man. We don't even know how much time we got left. What I look like, you know what I'm saying? What I look like taking my time with this stuff, man. We gotta get up on here. We gotta talk about some stuff. I got a couple videos that was put up in the Discord for us to react to. If y'all got other videos that y'all want me to check out, we're gonna jump into the Discord. We're not gonna do the try not to laugh tonight because I still gotta post part 2 and part 3. So we're not gonna do the part we're not gonna do a try not to laugh tonight. So y'all keep on bringing those in, that way we have some content for part 4. And then, you know what I'm saying? And then we'll just go into the Reddit today. Check out the Reddit. We haven't been in the Reddit in a while. And the last time we did one of these streams, we got into the Reddit, but it was a little bit too late. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get into the Reddit. We'll watch a couple videos. You know what I mean? Whatever else. Do y'all know any current situations going on? Y'all know any current situations going on? I seen this one video that I wanted to talk about. Can I send an unreleased? We're not listening to any music today. I usually just leave the Monday streams for the music so we can have that Truth Music Monday, and it's like a stream dedicated to music. But that way we can have a dedicated music stream, and then we can have dedicated, like I can dedicate my days that I'm not doing music to like other content, you know what I'm saying, to give my feedback on, and you know what I'm saying, let's talk about scriptures and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all interested tonight, we might be able to jump up in the Discord, chop it up about some things. I do want to know the question that y'all seen up in the title. What brought y'all into the truth? Like what made y'all want to follow God? You know what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of us, some of us grew up, you know what I'm saying, and we were taught to follow God, but like what ultimately made you, you know what I'm saying, stop your life to say, hey, look, I'm gonna follow what, you know, what is greater than me. So I'm gonna ask that question, you know what I'm saying, and I'm hoping that if y'all want to, y'all can get in the Discord and we can talk about it. You know what I'm saying? I can pull the Discord up, you know what I mean? We can all chop it up about that, because I thought that was a really interesting question. It just popped up in my head before we started the stream. And I want to know, like, how y'all get into it? Like, not necessarily how y'all came into the truth, because I think that's a different conversation. But like, either once you was in the truth or before you got into the truth, what made you, like, what was the thing that made you believe, hey, this has to be, you know what I mean, the way to go, or this is the way that I want to go? Because you got a lot of people that hear this truth, and even though they know it's the truth, they still, after knowing it, they don't go follow. You know what I mean? So I want to know what made y'all follow the Most High. You know what I mean? What made y'all tapped in that way? All right, look. We got what y'all want to go to first? Y'all want to go into the Discord? Y'all want to go into the Discord? Do y'all want to answer the question first? Would y'all like to get up in the Discord and answer that question first? Would y'all like to check out the Reddit first? We're going to be reacting to some videos first. What we doing? I seen this crazy clip. Have y'all seen the clip about the teacher? I mean, not the teacher, but the student Mason, the teacher. Oh, that was the craziest stuff ever, bro. But because when I see certain things, I always try to think of like solutions. So I wanted to talk about that situation, but I also want to see if I can spread a good solution for things like that to not happen. Because I'll talk a little bit more about it when we actually get into the video. So what we doing first? Chat? I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and choose. Matter of fact, let me put a poll up real quick. And then I'll let y'all choose off the poll. All right, there we go. We're gonna ask y'all what we about to do today. There's too many good things to talk about to do. Reddit, I guess. Okay, cool. What's looking like? What's looking like? I can see the poll from here, can I? Hold up, chat. Hold up. Wait, did the poll go through? Did the poll actually go through or no? I actually didn't get to see if it went through or not. Okay, it did. All right, it's looking like 50-50 on the Discord call. Okay, it look like the videos first. Videos first. So far it's videos first. It's looking like. If y'all can get a wait, what is it now? Okay, we doing videos first. All right. So let's go ahead and talk about this teacher situation because I thought it was the craziest thing ever. And it was just odd to me. We got banger videos, banger Reddit posts. Okay, cool. All right. It's 50-59. How is that even possible? How is that even possible, huh? How is that even possible? How we get a 50-59 poll? That's crazy. All right. Let's go ahead. Let's talk about this situation. So we watched a video. I think this is a lady that she was doing a reaction to it, but she had a little bit more information. So we're gonna check this video out. Y'all let me know what y'all think about in the comments as always, you know.
A video is going viral of a Tennessee high school student
there's a typo. Okay,
spraying her teacher because he took her phone. Let's talk about it.
All right, we don't really care about your intro.
Her teacher because he took her phone from her.
Give me my phone. Give me my phone.
Oh, okay, look. All right.
Over the phone is crazy.
Chad. Okay, real question. I have a serious question because we've been talking. Me and a guy at work, we've been talking about this for the last couple of days. What y'all honest opinion about this situation? I know it was a female student. You want me to tell you how you knew it was a female student that pepper sprayed him? Because if it was a man, he would have punched him. I'm gonna just be honest, bro. If it was a man, he would have probably got punched for taking that phone. You know what I mean? But I seen this video. Well, one of my friends at work, he showed me this video, and he was saying that he was in the comments and he was arguing with the people in the comments over who's wrong about the situation. You know what I mean? So, like, I really want to know, like, what do y'all think that the teacher is in the wrong, or do you think that the female's in the wrong? I feel like it's both. They, like, to an extent that they both in the wrong. You know what I mean?
The video opens with him saying she just pepper sprayed me, meaning this girl pepper sprayed him twice.
Oops, I did it again.
It's absolutely insane. Why anybody would want to be a teacher in a school like this blows my mind, and I think it's going to be a problem that we continue to see. Do you guys remember?
Okay, I have a question. Now, this is a real serious question. If the teacher got pepper sprayed the first time, why would he try to take the phone again? I don't get it. Like, honestly, I don't get it. Now, I'm not about to cut no slack with the girl for pepper spraying the teacher, because I feel like that was completely wrong for her to do. She wasn't in the right pepper spraying that teacher whatsoever. I think she's gonna give a little bit of feedback on what actually happened in the class, right? But just from this point right here in the video that we seen, because you know that's where people gonna start speculating at, right? I feel like, because this is a question that I had asked my friend, because he was saying the teacher shouldn't have snatched the phone, try to snatch the phone from her. And then if y'all look at it, right, the way he snatched the phone from her, like most kids that I know, or most people that I know in general, is going to have a reaction if they got their phone snatched like this. You see, okay, so when he reached down like that, that was him grabbing her phone and snatching it out of her hand. Most people that I know in general, they're going to have a reaction of that. It just doesn't matter whether they are a student and you're a teacher, whether they you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't really matter the level of respect, right? If you and I was thinking about this, because I'm like, he could have handled this so much easier. You know what I'm saying? He could have handled this so much easier. And I don't think, in my opinion, I don't think that it's a teacher's responsibility to take the device. I don't. And the reason why I say I don't, because once you put yourself in a situation, a confrontational situation like this is what continues to happen. This is what the result is. But guess what? I guarantee you, this is not a school that does not have security, that does not have a principal, that does not have somebody that's over him, that if a kid or somebody is not abiding by the rules in the classroom, he is supposed to call. I'll put it like this. This is exactly what I told my friend when I was talking to him. I said, look, I understand that he got pepper spray and she wasn't in the right for pepper spraying him. I said, but if a security guard came to her, the security guard is not snatching her phone. If the principal came to her, the principal is not snatching her phone. They're not. Honestly, and the crazy part is they have more, I would say, of a respective right to do that opposed to the teacher. But you know that as a teacher, you should already know, hey, okay, if this kid is not abiding by the rules that I set in my classroom, let me call somebody to handle this situation. Let me call the principal. Hey, you got to come talk to this student that's been interrupting my class. Hey, let me get the print. You know what I'm saying? After I tell you to put it away and you don't oblige, you know what I'm saying? After I tell you to put the phone away and you don't oblige, now I'm calling somebody to get you up out of my class because you're not listening. He was quick with it. That swiper, no swiping. Yeah, but I thought it was just so weird the way he snatched the phone from her. You know what I'm saying? Because like I was saying earlier, if it was a male, he was gonna get punched. Look, this is the craziest part. Friends don't even snatch, like when your friends snatch something from you like that. You know what I'm saying? It's a problem. Even when, like, and it's crazy because even when your parents snatch something from you like that, you're gonna get upset. You ain't gonna do nothing because you know, but you're gonna get upset. So it's like, as a teacher, you should know that this is not in your job description to sit here and fight with a kid over their phone. Now you say, well, if the case was she was being disruptive in the classroom, look at what you're doing. When you could have easily just called whoever needed to get her up out of the classroom and then continue teaching your class. You know what I'm saying? But this is what happens all the time. These teachers, they allow their emotions to get the best of them, and then they do something stupid that causes a result, and then they get mad at the result. You was not in your right to snatch her phone from her. You know what I'm saying? This is just in any school. You know you got to call them people and tell them, hey, this kid is being disruptive. In my opinion, I think that's what you should do. But as far as her situation, of course she should have obliged and put the phone away easily. But I'm gonna let the video play because she said something in the video that made me really think about it. I'm like, man, that's actually kind of crazy. That's honestly true though. Most black teachers would not snatch their phone because they know the results. They know most of the black teachers, they know. All right, look, you're gonna be on the extra stuff. So now I'm about to do this. But what shocked me even more is because before he snatched the phone, she already pepper sprayed this man. So that means that he was already trying to snatch the phone the first time, or at least take it. So if you got pepper sprayed already, why would you go and do it again? Expecting different results. I don't get it.
Over the phone is crazy.
Look
at this nigga.
I need my phone. Okay, give me my phone.
The video opens with him saying she just pepper sprayed me, meaning this
He said he
girl
must be immune to the
pepper
first
sprayed him
shot. Yeah.
twice.
Oops, I did it again.
It's absolutely insane. Why anybody would want to be a teacher in a school like this blows my mind, and I think it's going to be a problem that we continue to see. Do you guys remember that video of the 17-year-old literally beating his teacher to the ground because, she took his Nintendo Switch? That one went viral, a few months ago? Now we have this video of a young girl pepper spraying her teacher over, I'm guessing, an iPhone. Out of New York Post, it says that apparently the teacher confiscated the phone because she was texting and Googling answers for her schoolwork, and this was according to a Reddit user who was apparently familiar with the situation that went down here. First of all, the audacity to do this to a teacher, but I'm hearing more and more firsthand accounts from teachers, educators, administrators in schools saying students just don't know how to behave. They don't care to behave. They are just throwing disrespect at their educators. And these are people who, quite frankly, in my opinion, are often doing underpaid work to show up to these schools.
These kids don't understand that. We only understand it because we're grown now and we actually see it firsthand. And some of our, you know what I'm saying? Some of our people that we associate with are in these jobs and stuff like that. But when we were young too, we didn't look at it like these teachers is being underpaid because we didn't have no information about that. So I know what you're saying and it's coming off good and everything that you're saying is right, but you also have to look at it from the kid's perspective. They don't care about that. The only thing that the only thing that both of these kids is worried about is you taking something that belongs to them. Now, both of the kids in the wrong. But I was thinking about this because I said when I was talking to my friend at work, we was talking about how people were saying, "Oh, this is why kids need to put their phone in the locker," right? And I was like, but how realistic is that? Like we have to stop looking at it from a standpoint that's not logical. When you was a kid and you first had your phone, did you put your phone in your locker even though the school rules said that we're not supposed to have phones? Wasn't that phone stuck in your pocket? Like, stop acting like this is something that's going to actually happen. And then on top of that, we have things that enable them to want to be on this technology 10 times more now. Now y'all bringing Chromebooks into the classroom. Now, you know what I'm saying? In certain classes, they're allowed to have a phone to look up answers or whatever the case may be. And everything is more technology driven. So what is they have a Chromebook in a classroom, in every classroom, and you expect them not to be, you know what I mean? Not to have their phone, honestly. Now, see, this is what I was starting to think, right? You know what I mean? Because that's not justifying it. It's just logic. It's just honestly thinking about it. They had, if she didn't have the phone, well, what's the likelihood that she gonna use the Chromebook to search up them same answers? You know what I mean? So I started thinking about it, and I'm like, okay, why don't kids that's in school or kids or just the society that we live in, why don't we have certain things for these electronics that stop the kid from doing certain things? Like, why do they have to have such advanced technology at a young age? You know what I mean? Like, I was thinking about it like this. If every kid in the school had a flip phone, y'all wouldn't have this problem. Like, honestly, like, this problem would not happen. You want me to tell you why? Because nobody's about to sit here and fight over a flip phone. They're not gonna have this flip phone now. There ain't nothing on there for them. The thing that they need from that phone is to call and to text. You know what I mean? Not to say that this is what they have to carry around, but okay, obviously people not about to buy their kids flip phones because we're in the most materialistic society that it's ever been, right? So yeah, you got the iPhone. So if the issue is the kids being on their phones doing the things that doing the things that's distracting the teacher from doing his job, why aren't the schools having conversations with the teachers, or not the teachers, but the parents, right? About, hey, is it a possible way that you can call your provider and then they're only allowed to have these type of features when they're in school hours or something? Because the issue is the accessibility more than anything. If they didn't have the access to get to these things, a kid can have a phone in his pocket all day that don't have Wi-Fi, and he's not gonna really look at it. He's gonna look at it every once in a while, but if it's not connected to anything, there's no point of having it. They'll put it in the locker then. But as long as they have the access to have that and carry it around all day, then they're not. So where can the situation be resolved at? Because if the parent's not gonna step up and say, hey, you don't need a phone while you in school or something like that. And my friend also had a great point, right? And that's what I was like, calling and texting. Just a phone that just has calling and texting would be fine at school. And the reason why is because, let's say a situation, because y'all know we in a world where things happen now. You know what I'm saying? They got people running into schools, you know what I'm saying, shooting up schools and stuff like that. You got people, you know what I'm saying, that's out here just doing malicious things. You know what I'm saying? Teachers hitting kids and all types of stuff. They said something about, like, not too long ago, it was teachers having kids fighting in the classroom. You know what I'm saying? Like fighting each other in the classroom, right? But if nobody had a cell phone to capture that moment, then they wouldn't believe the kids over the teacher. Don't matter how many kids that said it. You know what I'm saying? But he was making a good point, because he was saying, what if a situation happens and somebody busts up in the school with a gun or something like that, and the kid has his cell phone and is allowed to call his mom and call his parents, tell him that he's okay after everything happens, or tell him, you know what I'm saying, they love him before anything happens. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of things that you could say, okay, they need it for, but how much of it do they need, honestly? And that's the issue, because you got to think about it. Kids are so wrapped up in technology now to where it's like it never leaves their fingertips. It never leaves their fingertips. It never leaves their eyes. They're so focused, so tapped into electronics that it's literally like a second nature to them. You know what I mean? For her, him taking her phone is literally like him trying to take her money or something like that. That's how they look at these things, and we gotta stop acting like this is not the case. These kids are so delusional now because they have this stuff in the way.
And help these children better their lives. And this is the things that they
Yeah,
get.
exactly. It's like it's a part of them now.
No, ma'am.
And I think it goes a little bit deeper than this, because we saw the 17-year-old over the Nintendo Switch. We saw this video of this young girl pepper spraying over her phone. We're hearing all about students who are getting their technology confiscated. They're throwing fits over it. They don't know how to be in school for 5 to 8 hour days without being constantly inundated with technology and TikTok or Googling answers and cheating. All these different things are major problems within our education systems, and particularly within public schools. And I hadn't really heard this articulated until I saw this TikTok video recently of a young woman talking about problems in public education. Let's watch.
Things in public education are pretty bad right now. Kids are having more behaviors than I've ever seen before, and then we're also having a mass exodus of teachers.
Right,
so in
exactly.
places where you need a lot of support, we have less than we've ever had. And lots of people have been blaming it on the pandemic, and I think it's a symptom of a bigger issue. I'm a speech therapist.
So it has
and a few
nothing to do
years
with the
back,
pandemic.
I had a student who was very violent, which is not uncommon in the type of classrooms that I work in. A lot of kids have behaviors. A lot of kids are going to need support to work through some big emotions. This kid was hospitalizing people. This kid was injuring staff and other kids. And 99% of the time, it always came back to the same thing. And that was transitioning from any kind of technology like the Chromebook to any other activity. And so we started having all these meetings to try to find a solution. We brought in behavior specialists and autism consultants. We made a behavior plan, positive reinforcement, negative reinforcement, sensory breaks, access to sensory tool, you name it, we were trying. But the second he needed to be off any kind of technology, everything broke down and people got injured. But one of these meetings, I was talking to the parent and I just said, how much screen time does he get at the house? And the parent said, I'm not sure. The parent said he has his own tablet that goes wherever he goes. He can put it down whenever he wants to. There are times when I know he's not using it, like when he's sleeping and when he takes a shower. Well, let's read between the lines there.
Think about how
Yeah, exactly. Let's read it between the lines, because there's times where he doesn't use it, when he's showering and when he's sleeping. Then the rest of the day, that means that he has it. You know what I mean? Like, that is crazy. That is insane. That is insane. And I'm guessing that these are younger kids. I couldn't, if she said what age group, I missed it. You know what I'm saying? But the simple fact that now parents, they are not looking after their kids. They're not paying attention to what their kids watching. They're not paying attention to how much of this stuff the kids are doing. So you got to think about it. It's like, this is their life. Like, this is their livelihood. This is the only thing that brings them enjoyment, and then you seek to try to take it away from them. You know what I mean? That's why I said, I'm not saying that he should have got pepper sprayed, but bruh, you need, at some point in time, these teachers need to understand the awareness of how these kids act. Stop acting and being so delusional. Oh, well, back in my day, we're not in your day anymore, bro. Like, we're not. And even when we was back in the day, a teacher's still not taking our phone unless they call our parents and our parents say, give them the phone. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the only way. And if a situation happened where it causes so much of a problem, they would call the security, and the security would handle the situation or send them to the office. And then the principal will call your parents and then handle the situation. But as a teacher, that is not your job. Your job is to teach and educate the kids. Like, that's what your job is. If you wanted to go snatch people's stuff, you should have became a security guard or something. Like, you should have done something else. And then this is another thing too. Because let's say you have kids as a teacher. 9 times out of 10, you're not doing that to your kids. So why are you doing it to other people's kids? You know what I'm saying? Like you're not. Like, let's be honest. You're not snatching a phone from a kid. You'll take it from them for sure. But you ain't about to try to slick snatch it, bro. You're not doing that. I'm gonna run it back, bro, because the way he snatched it, come on, bro. You're not snatching no kid's phone like this. Wait, where's it at? Where's it at?
her.
Like you not snatching no kid's phone like that, bro. I'm sorry. like, I don't know, man. But what else they talking about?
Lead to a lot of behavioral issues. So I'm not saying it's a one-note issue and it's simply technology that is causing this. It's a multifaceted problem, but it's hard to believe that technology is not one of the major drivers. Now, let's hear the analogy that she comes up with here, because I think it is the perfect explanation for what's happening right now with children.
Okay, talk to us.
It's unlimited access to screens while they're not at school. And we know now that screen time is a drug. Research is undeniable. It's not debatable. It's a drug. It releases dopamine hits to your brain just like a drug. And
He definitely thought he was slick, and that's the problem.
Like so what we were doing at school with this kid is we were trying to take someone who has 24/7 access to a drug and give it to him in little drips and drabs here and there, and expecting him to be okay with that. What I wish I could say in these meetings, and what I wish I could say to a lot of parents, is these meetings are a waste of time. It doesn't matter if we had a full staff of behavior specialists to follow your kid around all day. We are putting a Band-Aid on a gushing wound. We are asking a full-blown addict to be okay with small amounts of their drug when we decide. When they have full-blown access, the 16 hours.
Come on, she has a great point though.
Injured because of your lack of limit. If you're not willing to moderate his usage at all, why don't we just hand him an iPad and call a spade at school? Screen time is ruining our kids, and I don't know a single educator who wouldn't agree with that.
Like I said, perfectly articulated. You're essentially taking all of these young kids, and it's not just the little ones, it's clearly the ones who are in high school, like we saw in those 2 violent videos.
Oh, but you also got to think about it. These are both in high school, right? These are both in high school, but think about how long they've been having this technology at the access. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving my future kid a big 90s flip phone. Come on, bro, with no internet access. And you're going to be good. You ain't going to never have an issue with them. And the crazy part is, this is the thing. The reason why parents aren't willing to do that is because they feel like, oh, well, my kid is going to get teased, right? But this is what I'm saying. If I have a flip phone, but then your phone also don't work when you at school, guess what? I, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Another thing too, right? You like, cause like I said, it's not gonna happen. You're not gonna be able to take the access away from them, right? But you also got to think about this too, right? They've been on this stuff for years now. Like they've been on it since middle school, elementary school. At this point, with these young kids, because they just now get into high school, they've already been adapted to never not having, you know what I'm saying, a tablet or a phone or something like that at their access. And I'm not sure if we missed the part, but the one lady had said, she was pretty much saying that it's like when a parent gets mad at their kids, or they don't really feel like dealing with them, they don't feel like playing with them, they don't feel like doing none of this stuff, they just throw a tablet in their face, or they just throw a phone in their face and say, hey, go do this. You know what I'm saying? Get out of my face. You know what I mean? Because they want some peace and quiet, because they've had a long day, or because, you know what I'm saying, they don't want to be bothered right now. And the craziest part is, you know what we used to do back in the day when that happened? Because nothing changed from then to now. But we had to go outside. That's what happened. We had to go outside. But guess what? Now outside ain't safe enough. So guess what? They're going to have to turn to something. Yeah, it's like buying baby Jordans, right? So it's like, man, like it's something that's gotta happen as far as parenting goes. Because I can't even lie, like a lot of times, the parents, they don't even have enough time with their kids to be able to monitor them. You know what I'm saying? Work, you know what I'm saying? Whatever else they got going on. But at some point in time, you have to learn, hey, okay, this is affecting my kids' learning. This is affecting, you know what I'm saying, my kids' behavior. This and that. Like when my kids, they both have tablets as well. If I say, hey, it's time for the tablets, and then they throw a fit, they won't get them for another couple days. So they'll realize, hey, this tablet ain't that important. You know what I'm saying? Don't be surprised if it ain't taken for a month. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want you to feel like you have to be reliant on this. It'll be times where before they wake up, you know what I'm saying, they ask for the tablet before they say hi. And as soon as they ask for the tablet, you're not getting it for the whole day. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not what we about to do. You know what I'm saying? I know that the electronics is so addicting to these kids. So I'm not about to sit here and enable you to do that. But guess what? Some of these parents ain't gonna do that. I don't feel like being bothered. All right, go ahead, go take the tablet. You know what I'm saying? Go do your thing.
And you're going, I'm gonna place you in rehab for 8 hours a day, right? But you're gonna get released at the end of the day from rehab, and we're just gonna hand you the drug back. Imagine doing that with an alcoholic or somebody.
Exactly, leaving your kid in front of the TV all day. It's the same thing.
Just giving them an 8-hour period of complete withdrawal from their drug of choice, and then giving it back to them when they're out of your facility. That's
right.
What's happening to young kids right now. What a lot of parents are doing is saying, you know what, my convenience is more important than my child's mind. And if my child is running around and doing things and being a kid, I need to stop them with this thing for the sake of my own, I don't know, sanity, for the sake of my own comfort, and for the sake of not having to deal with a little kid who I'm not on the same wavelength as. And while it might feel good to get a little bit of peace and quiet and to have your kids satiated with technology for a little bit, it comes back to bite you, and it's going to come back in one of the most important parts of their lives, which is their education. So we can't just throw this by the wayside for the sake of our own comfort and our own convenience while kids are hurt like this. And what's even crazier as we talk about people who are allowing this to happen is looking at the comments of people who are essentially enablers in this sort of activity. If you look in the comments of the video of the girl pepper spraying her teacher, somebody says, just give her the phone. You ain't nothing but a substitute, my guy. There are more people saying, deserved it, I don't care, laughing my ass off. And then there's others saying the girl was wrong for pepper spraying, but the teacher should have just gave her the phone back. It's never been that damn serious.
See, and I understand, because I understand what she's saying, but you have to think about, sometimes people just need to understand that there is people above you to do these jobs. Why are you involving yourself in that? Why are you involving yourself in that? That's like the teacher might as well go ahead and get you a pair of handcuffs and start locking up all the kids anytime they having an issue, a squabble outside fighting. Might as well. Or are you gonna call security in that situation? Because it's a point. Like that's the point. That's the point. All you gotta do is call somebody. You out here letting them just collect a free check for not doing anything because you want to be Superman. Just call somebody else. You know what I mean? Let them do their job. Or you can do this and then, because this is the thing. Even though the security guard is not going to snatch your phone, even though the principal is not going to snatch your phone, she's not pepper spraying neither one of them. She's not. I'm going to just be completely honest. She's not pepper spraying the security guard, and she's definitely not pepper spraying the principal. She's not doing it. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong, bro. But she's not. I don't believe that she would. Just like most men. Just like most men. And you know the reason why? Because they're not going to snatch the phone, most likely. And even if they do snatch the phone, she's still not going to go that way, because guess what? She's going against somebody that is either of a super high authority within the principal, or a security guard that has all the right to do something back. And then, especially the way this world, they've been watching all the TikToks of the kids fighting the teachers. They like, I wish my teacher would. So now they got a resentment towards the teacher if they do something crazy anyways. Y'all need to really think about stuff, bro. But it all really boils back down to the parenting though at the home. And like the more I see the way that technology affects these kids, the more I kind of don't even want my kids to be involved with technology. I kind of like want to get away from it. And even me myself, I kind of want to get away from it. And I actually been trying to stay away from technology even more because of that. Because I don't want them to see me on technology 24/7 and say, hey, this is what mommy and daddy doing, so this is what I'm going to do too. Exactly. It would have been police at the school and all of that. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, you should have got a badge, bro.
So you got a bunch of people, and there's more, right? There's more here of people justifying and saying, oh, well, that's just unfortunate. Just allowing this to happen and saying, you know, just give the phone back. Just give the drugs back to the kids. How serious could it possibly be?
And this is what I'm saying. I wouldn't even say give the phone back, because he shouldn't have had it in the first place. He shouldn't have had it in the first place. Honestly, he shouldn't have had it, bro. He shouldn't have had it. So, you know what I'm saying? Play silly games, get silly prizes, bro. Just call the security guard. Let the security guard take it to the principal. Let the principal get in contact with the parents. Let the parents tell them, put your phone in your locker. Or give that phone up, or I'm gonna have to come up here and do something. And then the problem is solved. Nobody gets pepper sprayed. The phone isn't taken away from her by force. You know what I'm saying? The class isn't interrupted. All of the scenario is over with. But the bigger problem is this technology, which should be monitored by the parents in the first place. But guess what? The parents are too busy trying to work and survive in this life. You know what I'm saying? Work and survive in this life to even do that with their kids a lot of the times. Or even either that, or you know what I'm saying? Like she was saying, they so wrapped up in the rest of the world. Because they're now addicted just like the kids is. They even worse addicted. You know what I'm saying? They wrapped up in their phone so much that they like, yeah, take this. This is what makes me happy when I'm going, I'm going through it. Not allowing kids to be kids. You know what I mean? Like, we went outside the other day and I was so shocked that I seen more than 3 kids outside. I was in utter shock. Cause I'm like, bro, you know how long it's been since I've been outside and it was 3 or more kids playing? Like, it's crazy. It was this one video where it was a bunch of kids in the backyard of a projects and they was playing football, bro. And it made my heart warm. Like, it made my heart warm to see that because it's not like that anymore. Anytime I see an older video of saying this is how it was when you know what I'm saying, we was growing up and you got all, like, we used to literally walk like 12 deep. It wouldn't be no fighting for real. I mean, obviously it'll be a situation sometimes, but that'd be every once in a while. But we'd be rolling 12 deep, walking past people that's also 12 deep. You know what I'm saying? And when we were just able to, you know what I'm saying, get whatever energy that we had out of us when we was young. I don't know why it's so hard now. I don't know why it's so hard to try to go back to that, but I mean, the lack of parenting, you know what I'm saying, the more single mother household, you know what I'm saying, the technology, it's a lot, bro. We're in a situation, bro, where unless we repent,
we've all seen regular animals and know what
it's not gonna get any better. All right, this is a 14-minute video. Let's go ahead and check it out. 40 biggest creatures ever caught on camera. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I'm not ready for this. All right, let's get it.
Supposed to look like, but in some really rare cases, some individuals can get much bigger than you might think. If these giants hadn't been caught on camera,
exactly. I was in the woods too. I ain't even gonna lie.
So today,
climbing trees, bro.
Perspective and showing you the biggest.
It's like it's. I'm gonna say one more thing. It's so crazy because another thing is parents are just so hypersensitive, bro. Like, if a kid falls down, everybody stops what they doing and they like, oh, you okay? You all right? You know what I'm saying? We used to climb trees and fall out of them. Like, literally, bro. Like, literally, bro. You know what I'm saying? Looking around, seeing who, you know, be playing hide and seek and all types of stuff, but a kid could be running in the grass though, running in the grass, fall down and don't get hurt at all. But then everybody gonna corral them. Oh no, you okay? You okay? And then the baby start crying. For me, when my kids do that, I'll get up. And if they hurt, then yeah. My son busted his lip the other day, literally. Like, we went at the playground, busted his lip, didn't cry at all because I wasn't about to allow him to. But I know if I'd have been like, oh, you okay? You okay, baby? You all right? And then he would have been crying. But he realized it's not that deep. Like, it wasn't that deep. He started hurt for a little bit. I'm like, you good, man? You know what I'm saying? You all right? You good? Yeah. You still want to play? Yeah. All right. Just ran off. Like, it ain't that deep, bro. Let these kids be kids.
We've all seen regular animals and know what they're supposed to look like, but in some really rare cases, some individuals can get much bigger than you might think.
No, we ain't had no concussions, bro.
Been caught on camera,
that's a big.
Would have believed they actually existed.
That's a big unclean fish right there.
Changing your perspective and showing you the biggest creatures ever captured.
Oh, that's crazy.
Cassius, the largest captive crocodile in the world, measuring 5.5 meters in length and weighing 2,900 pounds.
Man, that mug is
It is
big.
more than the average length of a car. It's not every day you get a chance to witness this kind of beast. I would definitely not hang in its enclosure.
Man, nah, he tweaking. He's tweaking, bro.
Shepherds are huge
Ain't no
dogs,
way.
known to be confident and watchful, but also
What?
loving, affectionate, and loyal family pets. Like Zephyr here, better known as Godzilla. He is nearly 10 times larger than your average dog breed. Have you ever seen a moose the size of a small dinosaur? On the highway in Alaska, there was a giant moose walking around. Just compare him to the SUV on the other side of the
Man,
road.
that's crazy.
He's gotta be 1.5 feet taller and just as wide and long, if not more. After struggling for more than an hour, this angler hauls his trophy to the shore for the mandatory photo session. This catfish weighed 280 pounds and was 2.7 meters. That's even bigger than a Mini Cooper.
That's crazy.
Now imagine you're fishing through the river and suddenly you stumble upon a giant anaconda
Nope.
wrapped around a tree.
Nope.
trying to squeeze
I
it
ain't
to death.
imagining that at all.
With an average
Can't
length
do
of
it.
6 meters and a maximum length of 9 meters, nearly the length of a
30
school
feet is
bus,
crazy.
The green anaconda is one of the longest snakes in the world. Meet Odin the liger, a hybrid offshoot of a lion and a tigress. He's 900 pounds and over 3 meters on his hind legs. It is the size of 2 adult grizzly bears combined. Hercules can eat about the same weight as a 2-year-old
Man, that's
child
crazy.
every day.
Beautiful baby eyes.
Wait,
A
what?
massive Australian cow of a lion and a tigress. He's 900 pounds and over 3 meters on his hind legs. It is the size of 2 adult.
It's called 40 biggest creatures ever caught on camera.
The same weight as a 2-year-old child every day.
The same weight as a 2-year-old
A
child?
massive Australian cow named Knickers, who has been spared the slaughterhouse and the dinner table thanks to its sheer size. And there's no arguing that the
That's
lad
crazy.
is large. Standing roughly 2 meters, the cow seemed to tower above all others in this video.
My
Weighing
goodness.
At almost 2,200 pounds, you can definitely call him an absolute unit.
Matt,
Elephant seals are the biggest seals on the planet. But how big are they? See these huge seals riding on the back of a fishing boat?
why are they
They're so
on that
massive the
boat?
vessel appears to be sinking under their weight.
Did it just jump on a boat? Cause that'd be crazy. I'm thinking of they carrying it, but ain't no way if a seal. Imagine you just riding on the river or the sea or something like that, and then these 2 massive whales just jump on top of your. You can have the boat, bro. You can have the boat, bro. I don't want it. You can have it. You at that point, it's yours, bro. You ain't gotta pay. You know what I'm saying? Title, all that, yours, bro. I don't want it no more. You like that is crazy.
This horse breed is
They say
one
I
of
don't
the
wanna be in that water
largest
no
and
more.
tallest breeds in the world. These equines were commonly used as working horses. Big Jake, the 20-year-old red flaxen Belgian, holds the
Sheesh.
record of the world's tallest horse. The
Mug
giant
is
stallion
big.
stood 2.1 meters and weighed a massive 2,500
I don't even know if people
pounds.
ride in that
For its
joint.
owner, Big Jake's stall was almost double the size of a normal horse.
My goodness, bro.
Sea tur-
Look, see, and this is what I'm thinking about because, like, you know how you see all these big animals? Like, I bet you in the beginning, brother, animals were so big. Like, these are probably just so small versions of these animals that we had from the beginning. Cause, like, yo, that's crazy.
Come in many different sizes. The smallest are about the size of dinner plates, while the largest, the leatherbacks, can reach sizes similar to a golf cart. The leatherback is the largest sea turtle existing today, which can reach up to 2,000 pounds in weight and 2.4 meters in size.
Man,
Like
8
this one
feet,
here.
2,000 pounds,
It's
bro.
slightly smaller than a hatchback car.
That's crazy.
This is a Barbary lion, the
Nope.
largest of the species. He's walking with absolute zero fear in all its glory and with no ounce of botheration by humans or their cars.
Why
From the
is
nose
it?
to the tip of the tail, this lion was 3.35 meters, around the same as a small car.
Why is it out of the open like that? See, these are the questions I'll be asking, bro.
This enormous creature, a Kodiak bear, better known as Brody the giant bear. He's the largest ever recorded in captivity, weighing 2,100.
See, and then that's another thing too, because a lot of these animals, it's like they captured, right? They put in captivity. I like the fact that they calling it captivity because that's what it is. So imagine what they would actually be like and how big they would be out in the wild, where they actually getting the food and the nourishment from the actual natural things that they're supposed to be eating, that they're supposed to be, you know what I mean, doing the exercise that they're supposed to be, instead of sleeping in a cage all day. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if they actually was doing what they're naturally supposed to do and how big they would be.
At 2.75 meters, think about that. Your average ceiling is 2.4 meters, so it is well beyond that. Here you can see a man bear hugging a grown Kodiak named Jimbo. Jimbo isn't as big as Brody, so we'll leave it up to your imagination to think about how big he truly was.
Yeah, because I was wondering, like, he had to be big because he kind of...
Rays are the largest rays in the world. They have an average wingspan of 7 meters. Just look at this sea
23
dive.
feet.
It looks so tiny compared to this giant manta ray. The heaviest manta ray ever weighed in at around 5,000 pounds. It's crazy to think that it's as heavy as a full-grown rhino. Heavy enough to need a crane to move it around.
Man, that's crazy. That is
crazy. Over 6 times the size of a garden snail. It can even grow as long as a human arm from hand to elbow. When fully extended, it measures 40 centimeters, nearly as
Boy, the French would have a field day with that joint.
Science fiction. This is real.
Don't they be eating snails? Ain't that what they be eating? See, this is that video I put up in the Discord, bro, and I was like, well, what is this, bro? Which man, imagine you was at Tabernacles in your tent and then you just wake up and see this, bruh.
Trying to escape from its cage. He weighs more than 300 pounds, just short of the average weight of an line. They were originally used for guarding villages and monasteries and their livestock.
I might do a little furry and stuff like that. Like I want to pet it or something. I wouldn't do it though.
Watch this elk show this SUV who's the boss. This is Mola Mola,
no way.
As the largest and heaviest bony fish in the world, they can weigh more than a pickup truck. A whopping 5,500 pounds. It looks like Deep Blue, the great white shark, has a challenger in the pelagic heavyweight division. This large ocean sunfish was encountered by divers off the coast of Malta. Scientists believe it's the heaviest ever discovered.
Chad, what's been the most interesting one to y'all so far? What's been the most interesting animal to y'all so far?
Dog, but this is not the sort of creature many of us would fancy petting. Yes,
I thought that was a New York rat. Yeah.
Rodent could be a Gambian pouched rat. They can grow to 90
bro,
there's up to 4 pounds.
There's no way that I would ever be in New York. I'm sorry. Like, they say that these rats be getting big, bro. Like, they be looking like dogs and cats. I'm good, bro. I am straight on that, bro. I do not want no parts of that, bro. Like,
About 4 times larger than city rats scurrying through alleys and dumpsters. If that wasn't enough, here's another representation as big as a cat. Would you have this guy as a house pet?
Now, look, cats eat mice, right? Imagine if a cat seen that and was like, this is what I'm supposed to be. Get it out of your house? Nah, bro. Get you a mountain lion or something.
Is one of the smallest domesticated ruminants.
Nah, bro. That's crazy.
1.5 meters tall at the shoulder and weighs a massive 692 pounds, even bigger than its caretaker. However, the Guinness World Record for largest goat goes to a goat named Mostyn Moorcock. He only lived to be 4 years old, with a normal lifespan being closer to 15 years. But he reached an astonishing 700 pounds.
Bro, 700 pounds is crazy.
Freak you out.
Nah.
This giant lives on a farm in Russia. He stands at almost 1 meter and weighs in at 17 pounds. To put it in perspective, the average broiler chicken in the US weighs just under 6 pounds.
That's crazy.
This is a fruit-eating megabat found only in the Philippines. It is one of the planet's largest bat species, with a wingspan of up to 1.7 meters and a weight of up to 2.6 pounds. When these wings are
Chat, ain't a bat pretty much just like a rat with wings? For real?
Giant squid prefers the deep sea, so it was a rare treat for onlookers when this giant swam in.
Ugh, people be eating this joint?
It's estimated to be around 3.65 meters in length and is likely young in age. No wonder the myth of Kraken exists. This is probably the culprit. This swan's aggressive posture with a strange hissing sound will freak you out. Now, see this tense standoff between a dog and a giant swan, showing an act of
Nah, swans is aggressive,
size.
for real.
From the tip of the bill to the end of their tail, they measure about 1.5 meters.
Man, you better let that dog fight back.
This video isn't a grizzly, it's actually a huge timber wolf. They're usually around 2 meters and weigh about 175 pounds.
Nah,
Look
bro.
at this massive one wandering onto a 2-lane road at Yellowstone National Park. This thing is a beast. I mean, it looks like a dire wolf straight out of Game of
Yeah,
Thrones.
I was just about to say that's what it looked like, a dire wolf for real.
Alibi dogs are one of the largest dog breeds in the world, selected over centuries.
I don't
for
know.
power
It
and
was
stamina.
a guy like there was a guy that I used to live close by that had like 2 Great Danes, bro. And he had the smallest fence in the world, bro. And I'm like, if these Great Danes, because our bus stop was literally like on the corner of the street, so we had to walk past them every day to get to our bus stop. And every single day, bro, I'm like, one of these days, bro, I know I'm gonna have to wrestle one of these Great Danes because they jumped over this fence and try to come at me, and I'm not going, bro. I would have put one of them Great Danes in a headlock so quick, my boy. Like, I'm not even lying. Them joints was, look, the Great Danes was taller than the fence when they like stood up. So I'm like, no, bro, like, no. And they was always outside. I seen they owner 2 times in my life. 2 times in my life. And it was only because we was running to the bus stop and they was about to feed them. And I'm like, like, come on, bro. You better get your dog, bro.
Wolf crushers. Males may grow over 1 meter at the shoulder and
Sheesh, she
weigh
was
around
red.
175 pounds, but this enormous boy blows up these stats. Who do you think would win?
See,
This
I'm not
dog
trying to play with him. Oh yeah, always, bro. I used to get, bro. That used to literally be like, you know how kids nowadays be up on the tablets. That's what we used to do for fun, bro. We used to get chased by dogs for fun, bro. As crazy as that sounds, that's what we used to do for fun, bro. Like, look, I remember this one time, right? We was, it was a bit more every time chasing me, bro. Well, I'm talking about every type of dog, bro. We done had pit bull chasers, we had labs chasers, we done had little Chico chasers, we done had little Chihuahua chasers. But it was this one time. Right? Now my brother had a pit bull, and one time he had got loose. Now he was a friendly dog, but he would be like mad aggressive sometimes, but he would never bite or anything like that. And one day he had got loose and we were literally just hitting a block on him, right? And he's chasing us. And next thing you know, another dog, I don't know whose dog it was, just jumped out of nowhere over this fence while we was getting chased by Thurl, right? That was the dog's name, Thurl. But I literally jump on top of somebody's car. And the dog that hopped the fence, bruh. Now I'm literally on the roof of their car, cause I don't know whose dog this is, so I don't know what they got going on. The dog literally leaps on top of the car with me, bro. I jumped off that thing so quick and start flexing down the street into the house. Like, no. Good thing Thurl wasn't going in there like, nah, this is my fun time with them. So he was like trying to fight the dog off. Like, nah, go back to where you're supposed to be at. But man, I was not going, bro. I didn't know whose dog that was. I thought I was about to get ate up. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I thought I was safe on top of the car. And it was crazy because everybody else just started running every other way. It was like four or five of us. Everybody started running the other way. No, he want me. He want the person that's on top of the car, like, oh, like, come on, bro. He could have chased anybody else. He would decide he want to jump on top of the hood of the car. Or not the roof of the car. He want to jump on top of the roof. And what one jump though cleared it. Like, I'm like, nah, bro. That's the moment where I'm out of here. I was going down that street and didn't even look back. I don't know what happened after. I don't know where my boys went. You know what I'm saying? We all ended up meeting back up and we were just laughing about it, but nah, bro, that stuff was crazy.
It is also one of the world's longest living animals, with the oldest one reaching the grand old age of 255 years old. Adult males can reach up to 1.3 meters in length and can weigh up to 7.
Yeah, actually, I've got bitten before, but it wasn't like, it was like one of those. I noticed that it bite me quick and like, you know what I'm saying? And then like, we kind of knew some things. So like, I knew that a dog's nose is very sensitive. Yeah. So I didn't like punch it in the nose, but like flicked it in the nose. And we were fine from that day on. I'm like, nah, you're not about to bite on me, bro. Like, you're not about to bite on me.
These tortoises move the fastest when they see that lunch is ready. Like these two giants.
4 legs, that's crazy.
Check out the size of this gigantic boar standing on its hind legs, rummaging through a bin for something to eat.
See, look, and this is what y'all be trying to tell us, that we it's clean and we can eat.
British Columbia River. The rare fish is 3.2 meters long. A fishing kayak is a great example of something that measures roughly the same. This unit probably weighs 500 to 600 pounds. One of the Goliaths of the insect world, this is the Atlas moth, a gentle giant.
Man.
The Atlas moth is among the biggest insects on the planet, with a wingspan stretching up to 27 centimeters across.
That's crazy.
Wider than a human handspan.
Yeah, as you can clearly see.
Tickle Me Elmo III is one fat pig. He's so big, in fact, he won the world's largest male hog competition at the Indiana State Fair. He weighed in at a massive 1,300 pounds. But this one is even bigger. Probably the fattest pig in the world.
Man, that pig like a hippo. That's crazy. Oh, they about to cook that joint.
Nearly 20 men to lift the huge pig onto a truck for the weigh-in. He is 10 times bigger than a normal-sized pig. Highly sociable, playful, and not afraid of anything in the wild, here's the giant river otter. Check out its confidence coming down to the riverbank to sandbathe as caimans look on while basking just feet away. The giant.
Yeah, he like, I wish you would, Travi. Nah, that's crazy.
Up to 1.8 meters, that's slightly smaller than these Yakari caimans. The shoebill.
See that neck though?
With predominantly blue-gray feathers. It has one of the largest bills in the entire world. They have an average wingspan of 2.35 meters.
Nope.
That's about as wide as Shaquille O'Neal is tall.
Nope.
This is an Andean condor. With a
Who?
wingspan of over 3 meters, the Andean
Man, that
condor
motherfucker
is
about to give
considered
somebody
the
a
largest
hug.
flying bird in the
It's a
world.
bird, though.
That's double the size of the average adult human.
Why that first
Check
one
out
looks
this
so
huge
furry?
Condor who walks up to this guy and nuzzles him affectionately, then gives him a hug. They
Yeah,
can
but say they
fly
look
for
like it
more
just
than
gives hugs, bro.
160 kilometers without flapping their huge wings.
Wow. It's crazy.
Former glamour model Annette Edwards was the owner of the world's biggest rabbit, Darius. Darius is a Flemish giant rabbit, which is the largest breed on Earth. This guy is bigger than a baby goat, standing at an impressive 1.3 meters long and weighing
That's
50
crazy.
pounds. The cute rabbit eats
It's like the
his
size of my
weight from
son,
2,000
bro.
carrots and 700 apples a year. A hay bale a week.
They is
as well as
savages, though.
special rabbit food, all of which costs her $6,000. Is this giant centipede the most
No.
horrific pet possible? It normally grows to
No
40
way.
centimeters, but this specimen
I'm
now
sorry.
measures 42
That's too many
centimeters.
legs, bro.
Centipede bites can deliver enough venom to subdue prey 15 times their size.
Come on,
It's
bro, you
definitely
just gotta-
not for the faint-hearted.
Nah, bro. You had that. You
This
can
steer
have
from
that,
Alabama
man.
has become a world record breaker thanks to his huge horns. His horns span 3.23 meters. That's wider than the Statue of Liberty's head, which from ear to ear measures 10 feet, according to Liberty State Park.
Jeez.
While the horns of most steers curve up, Poncho's grew straight.
Imagine you
Horns
get
of this
clotheslined by
kind
one of them
may
joints.
not have stretched as
Ew,
far as
bro, that
Poncho's,
mug.
but in terms of
It's
girth,
crazy.
It represented the largest circumference for a steer ever at 95 centimeters. This alien-like
That's
creature
crazy.
is
Hey, I ain't gonna lie
giant
though.
freshwater crayfish.
If you
The largest
running from it,
freshwater
you
crayfish
good,
in the
cause it's gonna
world
get caught.
and
I'm
is
going by
only found
anything
north of Virginia.
that's this
Their
small.
claws
It
are
ain't
so
never gonna get
powerful
me.
that they can take a finger clean off of your hands.
And y'all still just messing with them.
Meet
Tripping.
Samson, the cat who's been declared the largest cat in New York City.
Right, them
He
clothesline
eats
from
6 kilo
Bradshaw.
cats a day and costs $120 to groom every month. Then there's this cat named Kefir. He's so big. that
Chat, y'all
he's
like cats? I'm not a
dog.
fan of
And
cats.
despite its size, the feline hasn't even fully grown yet. Texas is truly its own world. And
Nope.
as the old saying says, everything is bigger in Texas, including their kangaroos.
Nope.
Jack here. He was 6 feet 7 inches tall from top.
Bro,
to
I'm
tail.
afraid of
That's the
kangaroos,
same
bro.
height as the
I don't
most
care. Them
recognized
mugs too
and popular
swole.
wrestler
Them
Hulk
mugs is
Hogan.
too
Jack
swole,
weighed
my
an
boy.
impressive 200
Look at it.
pounds.
Look how
That's the
bulk
same
it
as a
is,
well-fed
bro.
human.
It's like, nah, bro.
This is an
Have y'all seen that video?
elephant. It is the largest
Have y'all seen that video of them the kangaroos fighting in the middle of the street, bro?
animal walking the earth.
That's gotta be one of the wildest videos I ever seen in my
Its
life.
tusks alone are bigger than a small car. The largest elephant on record was an adult male who was heavier than 6 cars combined. Imagine the fear this guy felt at the sight of this massive unit that can flip you with a swing of its trunk. If you
Nope,
enjoyed
not
the
doing
video,
that.
Subscribe and watch this one next.
Pitbull versus Truck is crazy. That's a crazy title, man. Hey, those some big animals, bro. But I'm thinking like, I wonder if the animal's gonna be like a lot bigger than that. I wonder if the animal's gonna be a lot bigger than that. Like, yeah, bro. I don't know, man. It's something about it's something about what's it called? That just kangaroos that just I don't want to have no beef with no kangaroo. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like, I am cool with the beef with a kangaroo. I am not with it. All right, let's go ahead and check the Reddit out. Let's see what we got going on in the Reddit. You know what I'm saying? I know that y'all probably got a lot of funny things, some good stuff in the Reddit. I'm gonna go from down up, you know what I mean? See what y'all got going on in the Reddit.
Yo, check this out. Even the animals know.
Okay, hold up.
Yo, check this out.
I gotta get in my other.
Check this out. Even the animals know something just ain't right. Look at their faces, bro.
Look, oh, 2 of them? They're like, we not.
They're like, wait, what? We don't rock with that.
Hey, that's fire. Look, he the devil. He like, give me off of this. I don't care where you want to go. That's fire. That's fire. Imagine if that was like during like one of their little parades or whatnot, and it's just like it's just showing you like, nah, we not rocking with those. We not rocking with that, bro. That's funny. Not the dad pretending to be asleep. What happened? Oh, it's TikTok. Okay, I gotta go to. No, I didn't mean to go on this one. Hold up. All right. There we go.
Mommy, I went to the store of Daddy, and some girls said they like Daddy's hair.
Some girl told Daddy they like his hair?
Yeah.
Okay, and what did Daddy say?
He smiled.
Oh, he smiled. Oh, he
She
smiled. He
trying to get him in
smile at
trouble.
girls now. Okay, so your daddy trying to meet Jesus today.
Wait a minute. Hold up.
I went to the store of Daddy, and some girls said they like Daddy's hair.
Some girl told Daddy they like his hair?
Not his one little hair,
Okay,
though.
what did Daddy say?
Smiled.
Oh, he smiled. Oh, he smiled. He want to smile at girls now. Okay, so your daddy trying to meet Jesus today.
Mommy, I went to
That's funny. Dang, bro. Can't even smile at a compliment. You better keep a straight face, bro. Better keep a straight face. Don't look both ways. Only one way. Straightforward, you know?
Corey, get out of the pot.
I'm sitting here mixing it.
No, you not. It's done. Come on out the kitchen now. Just get a taste. You just greedy.
That's funny. Now you trying to lie to Now you trying to lie. That's crazy. Nah, he definitely trying to. He like, dang, I wasn't even trying to do that. Yeah, you was. You was all up in that pot, my boy. Stop playing. Stop playing. Bro.
I'm from Harlem, New York.
I'm not even gonna lie. I seen this video. Yo. Like, if we're gonna talk about it, we're gonna talk about it because her voice is insane.
Is that your real? But that is your real voice.
This is my real speaking voice. Yes.
Oh my God.
How long have you had that voice?
About 23 years, 22 years now.
Right answer.
God, do you do voiceovers for anything?
No, but I wish I did.
Bro, she sound like she needs to be a voice actor. I don't know how. I don't know how long ago this is too. So hopefully she get into that. Cause bruh, she has a natural cartoon voice. Like what? Like what in the world? Can you turn it up? Yeah. I don't know why it's so low. I thought I was tripping too. Actually. Oh, wait a minute. Has it been this low this whole time?
What are you gonna sing today?
Is that better?
I'm gonna sing "Anyone" by Demi Lovato.
Perfect. Let's hear it.
I don't know why it's so low.
If it's a baritone.
If it's a baritone, I'm out.
Chat.
I tried to talk to my piano. I tried to talk to my guitar.
All right, Chad, we ain't gonna listen to the song because I think I can get copyrighted for it. But you see how her voice just changed, bro? Like that's crazy. She can sing though. She can sing a lot, like really good.
You are amazing.
Thank you.
Okay? And this class is shaping up to be ridiculous.
Z class.
This is ridiculous.
Thank you.
And
That's crazy that her voice is like so low, but then she can sing certain like that's crazy. Like voice control, like being able to control your voice is actually insane. But she definitely should. I mean, she could sing too, though. I wonder where she at now. Chad, we should find out where she at and then see what she's doing and make a video about it. All right, what we got going on here? When your dad catches you skipping school with friends.
Yeah, I just stopped by the house real quick to grab my basketball shoes, and then I'll meet you at the court.
I remember this. Well, no, I don't remember this, but I know this dude. This dude funny.
No, everything's good. Father God, lead me to you, my rock. May your word give me strength and refuge. What time is it? So y'all definitely supposed to be in school. I know your mother. She'd be upset with you right now. And your parents, I'm actually not surprised that you're here. I don't even want to know why. I'm not going to ask why because I know I'm going to get a stupid answer. Not even mad at that. Two things. One, why are y'all skipping and in my bedroom? Don't
wait, yeah, why are you? I didn't even think about that, bro. Why are they in his room? Oh my goodness, why are they in his room? Hold up, I gotta turn the audio up. Can y'all hear? Chat, are y'all able to hear? Because I feel like I'm not hearing nothing. I don't know if it's just TikTok's audio is low. That's hilarious.
Questions. I already know the answer. Okay. 2. Everybody in here knows that I don't really have a set work schedule, right? I'm in and out on call, so I can show up at any time. Your mom works 8 to 6.
Uh-huh.
Your parents work all day, 10, 12 hours.
Uh-huh.
Nobody thought to
go to their house.
Go to one of y'all's houses. Nobody. I guess that's why y'all skipping school. That's the problem. Get out. Everybody get out of my house. I'm not surprising my son. He does stupid stuff all the time. I'll deal with you later. Matter of fact, you can stay in here if you want. Everybody get out.
See, I'm telling you, like, I'm gonna be that type of parent. I'm gonna be that type of parent, bro, because I be thinking, and I'm like, I already be talking about kids like this, and they 4 and 2. So I already know I'm gonna be that type of parent where it's like, you know what I mean? Because look, the most I've been working with my patients, bro, and I ain't got a lot, but you know, all praises to the Most High, you know what I'm saying, for instilling some type of patience in me. Because if I didn't have it, oh yeah, it'd be crazy. All right, what we got going on here? Asking my mom to come clean our house in front of my wife.
Call my mom real quick. Hey. Hey, everything's fine. I just wanted to ask you real quick. Tomorrow, are you free?
Yes, I am.
Can you come over and clean the house?
Really?
Yeah. Angie's gonna be at work, and she really doesn't clean as good as you do. So, I was just thinking if you are. You're not being serious right now. And she doesn't even buy all the cool like cleaning supplies that you buy. What? I'm being serious right now. Can you do that, Mom?
Hey, what time does she leave?
She leaves at 10. She leaves at 10.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
So, like, you can just get down to business and, like, do all the things that she doesn't do.
I'm pretty sure he's joking with you right now.
It's not a joke.
I clean all the time. I clean all the time. That's all I do is clean.
She tries to clean, but she doesn't do it as good as you, Mom.
You are.
Can I do your baseboards? I'll do your baseboards.
Do the baseboards? Yeah, I don't think she's ever touched a baseboard. I always do that.
There's something else I'm never gonna touch. Okay, I think I'm pretty sure he's joking. I'm pretty sure he's joking with me. So
this is no joke.
You don't need to come
This
over.
is serious business. I'm talking bathrooms, living room, vacuuming, baseboards, kitchen cabinets, like
all
everything.
of those things. I literally,
Again,
I just cleaned the pantry out yesterday.
She tries to do it, but it's just not as good as you, Mom.
Oh, yeah. Well, I can do it in 2 hours. I can get it all done.
Dang, that's crazy. I ain't gonna lie. If I call my mom to clean up,
This is a joke.
Look. If I did that with my wife, first of all, my goodness. But my mom would be like, no way. So I would have to call her and like first to be like, hey mom, just go with it, okay? But oh my goodness. It's funny. Wait. Chad, hold up.
This is a joke.
Oh, okay. He's helping her cook because I stopped everything. I didn't laugh no more. I seen this raw meat on his plate with the seasoning on it, and I was like, this better not be to eat. Like, what? No, but nah, that's crazy, bro. Call your mom, ask her to clean up. That's insane. I feel like is that disrespectful, chat? Is that disrespectful? I think that's mad disrespectful, honestly. But you know what I'm saying? If your wife ain't gonna do it, you know? All right, let's go ahead. What we got here? That's crazy. You live on the walk down package. Bro, we so creative. I think, man, we so creative. That's crazy. All right, what we got here? Life of Pablo.
Now AI got this thing going on TikTok
seen
that
this
they're
the
supposed
other
to be
day.
map out your face to make an AI character identically to your face. Let's see if they can do it with me.
All right, let's go.
Bruh, hold up. First of all, that don't. Oh, he got a widow. How he see that through my hat? How they see that through my hat? I got the same widow.
No, that's crazy. I forgot that happened. I forgot that happened, Chad. He got the widow's peak. Like, you see the lining? Chad, hold on. Let me. You see how he got the widow's peak, bro? That's crazy. How did they? Yeah, how did they? How did they see that? Like, how did they know to put that on there? That's actually insane. He had a whole hat on. Nah, this AI, bro. This stuff getting too advanced. This stuff getting too advanced, bro. Ain't no way. What?
How you doing? About to buy you a microwave?
I'm trying.
I can buy you one. My name's Toph. I go around quizzing people about the Bible. You answer 3 questions, I give you $100. Or today, I can buy whatever microwave you want.
Oh. Why she's? I ain't gonna lie. I want to do some content like this. I would love to like make some videos like this where I go around. I don't know about giving nobody some money. I mean, I could, but I don't want it to be like incentive driven. But I want to do like some going places and just asking biblical questions and seeing how many people can get right.
All on the Lord. He just needs your participation.
I wonder what the question's gonna be though. Is it gonna be like some hard questions? It's gonna be like basic questions. Yeah, why was she was looking at him like, don't be put me on the spot.
What I'm going through now is I just don't know how to take this. What you need to know?
I just asked 3 questions. All right.
Ask me them 3.
All right.
I don't know them then.
We'll find out. Who was Jonah in the Bible?
The one that flees from God.
Flee from his mission.
Uh-huh.
What happened to him?
Everybody say, yeah, who was Jonah, Chad? She already gave you half of it. Who was Jonah? Yeah. Yeah, come here. Talk to me. Who's Jonah? What Jonah do in the Bible, huh?
He went down in the boat.
And got swallowed by the big
down
fish.
in the boat.
Yep. Remember how many days he was in the belly of the fish?
I'm not exactly sure, but I know he cried out.
How many days was he in the belly? Belly of the whale, Chad?
3 days. That was 3 questions.
Oh, wow.
You got 2 out of 3.
Ooh.
It's all good. But look, God is so gracious. I'm still going to pay for this microwave. So here's $200, which should cover any microwave over here right now, to purchase your microwave.
I know God is good, but I don't know what. This is for me to get me a microwave.
Yes, ma'am. You ain't got to take out credit. You ain't got to do nothing. Pay your cash, whatever left over. You can buy some in the microwave in it.
There you go.
God, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. I would just walk around in the store, just so depressed, despaired. I lost my husband.
Oh, wow. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, sorry to hear that. That's crazy.
And my daughter's trying to make it seem like I'm not capable, and I just didn't know what to do. When I leave here, I was going to the cemetery visiting. When I leave here, I'm going to the cemetery, just sit and talk to him, because I just didn't know what to do. It's just, at my best, I'm not doing enough. Oh God, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. If it was based on our works, none of us would make it into heaven, right? It's about our faith in Christ. And
I mean, you're going to buy me a microwave.
I'm going to buy you a microwave, just like that.
Just like that.
Just like that. If anything I tell you, Lord said, don't give up on him yet, because he ain't gave up on you. Okay?
Jesus, thank you, Lord Jesus. I don't know.
All right. God bless you.
Hey, look, you never know who you can help. You never know who you can help.
All right. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, my Jesus, Lord have mercy.
And you know what? You know what's crazy? Because even though he did this, ask her the biblical questions and stuff like that. But think about it, like, this is what taking care of the widowless, you know what I'm saying, the fatherless and stuff like that is. You know what I mean? Helping them when they're in need. He didn't know that she was in need. You know what I mean? But look how grateful she is for that. You know what I mean? So look, you never know, bro. You never know who you can bless. It could be people. It's people out here that you give them $200 to get that microwave, and they act like you can't give, like you can't get no more than 200. Well, if you're gonna buy me a microwave, you might as well buy me a stove. Like, there's people out here, bro, that's like that.
God bless you. God bless.
That's crazy.
That's it. Just thank you, right? That's all he asked for.
Yeah, it do feel good. Definitely.
I'm blessed to be a blessing, so I'm all right. All right? Take care.
I will. God bless you.
You too.
God bless you.
Yes, ma'am.
That was nice. That was nice of him. You know. All right. I thought she was. I'm not even gonna lie. Like when I first seen it, I seen it, man. Yeah. I seen a man cry for a cup of coffee too. When she first like gave him that look and was like, I thought she was saying it like, I thought she was looking at it like, I don't know no Bible questions. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know nothing about the Bible at first, but.
My name is Daniel, my other name is Belteshazzar. God gave me vision, they looking at the suns and the stars.
Okay.
I'm in the palace, now I'm interpreting dreams. But I was taken with my people, life ain't always as it seems. I'm with my bros, Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego. Made it through the fire, and they never even smell like smoke. I've been through it all, seen a lot come to pass. Started off eating veggies, they called it a Daniel fast. Nebuchadnezzar had a dream about a statue, foretold the kingdoms of the world and who would pursue. He had a dream about a tree that was cut 7 years in the wild. God turned him to a mud. Belshazzar saw the writings on the wall. Mene, tekel, parson, time to fall. Tell me the dream and I'll tell you what it means. Got the Holy One in me, he's the true King of Kings. I was in the lion's den, they tried to take me out again. They lied and told the king to sign a law for only praising him. Let me make myself real clear, the Most High God is who I fear. He shut the mouths of the lions with an angel who appeared. God and seen kings come and go, Assyria to Babylon, Babylon to Medo, Persia, ancient Greece to ancient Rome. When it come to God, he the only king on the throne. When it come to God, he the only king on the throne.
Hey, that's that that Christ bop. You know what I'm saying? No, hey, he seen America too. Chad, he seen America too. Yeah, that was the feat. You know what I'm saying? Myrie Clay. You know what I mean? And what was it? Brass and Myrie Clay together or something like mixed. All right. Oh dang!
Hallelujah, roll call at the.
I didn't know that this was a YouTube video. All right. Why do I go to that? Make show. All right.
Hallelujah, roll call, let the folks know. 3 fingers in the air, cause he rose. That's my Lord, that's my King, that's my hero.
Okay.
I thank God it was me that he chose.
Hey, it was iron? Okay.
Jesus, he redeemed us. I came to him at night, hoping nobody would see us. I had questions about being born again. How can I be born if I'm an old man?
Okay.
Joseph, Lavera, Mathia. I went to Pilate with the holy ideas. I wanted his body so I could take him home and place him in a new tomb cut out of stone. Wrap him up in cloths, sprinkled him with spices, laid him down to rest in the middle of a crisis. We said our goodbyes and we sealed up the tomb. Little did we know it would be an empty room.
Mary Magdalene. I was crying near the tomb, now I need some Maybelline. I thought they stole his body, didn't know where he went, cause he came down before it and the tomb was open. 2 angels told me that he is not here. We know he has risen, so no need to fear. And then I saw Jesus and he was perfection. Blessed say that I was first to see his resurrection.
My name is Peter, yeah, I came back. Mary said he rose, didn't believe that. I ran to the tomb, but I couldn't beat John, so the cross for myself, holy phenomenon.
My name is John, the one Jesus loved.
We ran to the tomb, Peter couldn't keep up. I got there first, and I looked inside, but waited to enter till Peter arrived. Jesus on the beat, watch a king speak. They loved me at first, then they crucified me. Put a crown on my head, whipped me till I bled. Put me on a cross, and mocked me on the cross. I said it was finished, I gave up my soul. Took the power from Satan, now I'm in control. I made a few visits to talk with disciples and gave them the mission before I ascended. I'm coming back again,
Okay.
so better tell your friend, cause I paid the whole price and forgave all your sins. The gift is free to anybody who believes
Iron and Clay?
in me, to live a life in heaven and eternally. Yeah.
Bro, this is actually hilarious. Like it's hilarious, but it's like dope because I ain't never seen nobody do stuff like this, so it's just interesting to see. All right, what we got over here?
The fandoms have taken over the Springfield Expo Center for Missouri Comic-Con. It gives fans a chance to meet the people behind their favorite movies, TV shows, anime, comic books, and so much more, all in a family-friendly environment.
Now, what does it look like?
Why is that mask so tight, old buddy? That's crazy.
I got a friend. He tell me, come on down to Comic-Con, dude. Come over here and meet me by the Chick-fil-A. And I'm getting all excited. He say, I got a Batman suit for you. I'm driving from Saskatchewan, Canada. And I get all the way down here just for the thing not to fit. He gonna tell me, aren't you ready? Let's go. I said, oh, hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right. I'm trying to take the thing off, and it was sucking on my head harder than Mia Khalifa. I ain't supposed to be one size fit all. I know that. But now I got to go and have a meeting with Michael Keaton and George Clooney and Ben Affleck bubble brickhead ass so we can compare head sizes, because I don't know how they make this work.
Why she laugh like that, bro? Why she laugh like that, bro? There should be no way that she's laughing like that. All right, what we got here, Chad? What we got here, huh?
Oh my God, I got a question. I'm not talking to you, brother. You are beautiful. Do you got a number? What's wrong with you, bro? It's a prank, bro. 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 Bro, it's a prank, bro. Chill, bro.
Y'all be with that.
Bro, leave people alone. Like, why y'all always doing this? Leave people alone, bro. Stop bothering them. I know, I know y'all, this is the prank world, and you know what I'm saying, y'all love y'all pranks, but y'all gonna prank the wrong person one day and it's gonna get out of hand. And I'm gonna be the first to tell you, I told you so. I told you so. All right.
This is amazing. This is an organ on a chip, and it could help stop animal testing. Here's what's going on. More than 115 million animals are estimated to be tested on every year, which means exposing them to drugs and products to test effectiveness and safety for humans. But that might change. As of last December, the FDA no longer requires animal tests before human drug trials. So we're seeing some interesting new alternatives come out. The organ on a chip is a tiny 3D cell culture that reproduces the environment of any human organ. Researchers pump drugs through channels that can be lined with different kinds of human cells and fluids, simulating how that part of the body might work. And it's getting really good. Recently, this company called Emulate used a liver on a chip to screen 27 drugs that passed animal testing but actually caused liver toxicity in humans. And the device flagged 87% of the compounds that caused toxicity. So better than the animal tests. So the idea here isn't just that we can reduce animal testing, it's also that we can improve tests for humans as well. If you like optimistic tech videos, follow for more.
I'm not gonna lie. I was lost the whole way. I was lost the whole way. I was literally trying to figure it out. I pretty much what I gathered from there is they got a chip that's supposed to help out with the testing. I don't know. I always found it odd that they test on animals. They test these things on animals to figure out if they're going to work for humans when we're a completely different species. I just never understood it. You know what I mean? And then I still hit the button when I know I shouldn't have. What's good with you, Yannick? I see you popped up in the chat. All right. Unavailable. All right, next video.
If I can sneak past her without waking her up, I'll be good.
Hello? Your doo-doo medicine is ready for me. I don't care.
Not your doo-doo medicine.
She needs those pills, because without them, she'll kill somebody. Oh well. Oh no. My keys. Now I need something to grab them, because if I walk over there, I'll wake her up.
Why would you grab a stick? Why would you have a stick? Hey, look, I'm trying to tell you. If it was my mama, I would have never got out them doors. She see everything. My dad too, bruh. Man, look, I'm gonna tell y'all about my dad. This man would literally be eyes closed, snoring, and we could do any little thing, and this man wake up out of his sleep like he was not asleep. Like it was nothing, bro. It used to bother me because I'm like, how are you doing this? Like, how are you doing this, bro? Yeah, I don't know where you got that stick from, but like let's say he was watching the TV, he fell asleep watching the TV, and I grabbed the remote to change the channel. If I change the channel, why you turning the TV? Huh? You was just snoring. What do you mean? Like you wasn't even watching it no more. I don't care. Change it back. like, bruh, it was no way getting around it. It was no way.
The front door is the only way I can get out of here. If I can sneak past her without waking her up, I'll be good.
You ain't going anywhere.
What?
Smells like doo-doo. My key is...
She must have took a little bit of that medicine today.
Now I need something to grab them, because if I walk over there, I'll wake her up.
Why is it a stick just on the tree? That is how, hey, I ain't gonna lie though, that is how them games, that's how the what's called games be for real. It be just like that. Yeah, I know, I see this part one. That's
y'all, they've been lying. Just watch this video.
People were already here. Does it make sense to go all the way to this other continent to bring people on a boat when we know that half of your stock is gonna die? You wouldn't do that. So
Let me close my blinds because this is about to get deep. I've been really thinking about this. It do not make sense to go all the way to another place to look for slaves when there's already people here. So if they enslaved the people here and the slaves were melanated black, the Native Americans are the black people. Okay, so when Chris first came to the Caribbean and he stole some natives, which is in South America, in his journal he mentioned that Native Americans were black-skinned people. A voyager even said the Indians are very dark complected, approaching black people. They have large lips, broad, flat, black-like nose, bearing strong resemblance to black people. It also said they had long, straight hair, so there's your evidence. Published by Vogue. So now I'm just thinking, who are these people? There's a lot of talk that they are descended from Mongolian people. I'm not gonna lie, I do look similar. Now there was also this situation called the $5 Indian. When people paid $5 to falsify documents declaring them Native Americans to reap the benefits. And then what they did with us, dark-skinned indigenous people who were called Indians or Indos, because they were dark, the United States legally unlawfully classified each as Negro. So they changed our ethnicity and said all of us was just Africans. This is a picture of a postcard of an American person back then. Now, before Caucasian people came, we all know specific tribes were beefing with each other. Now, what if the Mongolian people teamed up with the colonists, and because we was beefing to help enslave us, then they had a Thanksgiving to celebrate, and they end up getting backstabbed too, and outcasted to the West. There is evidence all around North and South America that black people were here. So tell me what y'all think. Stay dangerous.
No, because in a sense, in a way, like a lot of those natives, like some of those natives aren't truly native, and you can kind of tell the ones that's not, and you can kind of tell the ones that are. But a lot of the natives, well, some of them were sent overseas, right? When they came over here and captured them. I got a book that kind of explains a little bit about it, because you got to remember, it was the whole 10 tribes that voyaged over here to America. You know what I'm saying? Some of them stayed back and everything like that, but majority of them was here, over here in this area, should I say? You know what I mean? You got some of them that were on the voyage. It was like they was going and it was just taking over the land, because it's in one of the passages they was talking to somebody from the tribe of Ephraim. I think no, not Ephraim, from the tribe of Reuben. That they said that it was over here, and it was like, our brother Joseph is on an island nearby, talking about Ephraim, because Ephraim was identified as Joseph. You know what I'm saying? And so like it's certain evidence that the people that came over here were over here. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of them was a lot darker. But when they had, just like Israel, right? When they had came over here and they took the land, pretty much they came over here, you know what I'm saying, did what they did and everything, and took the land, and then they outcasted them, try to say that they were some other people, right? And then they try to claim this land for themselves. It's the same story that happens every time, but they ended up getting people, just like they did with Israel, ended up getting people to come over here you know, and pretty much they people, because I forgot exactly what group, because it was a specific group that they had come over here, and that's where all of the $5 Indians came from. Because when they came over here, they were, you know, they would pay to get that land that the natives actually lived in. You know what I'm saying? So when they ended up going to take that land, and that's when they started getting taken and kicked over there to them reservations. And then the ones that's in the reservations are Israel, but the ones that are in the lands where they're pretty much living good and you ain't got no problem, they don't have no problems. A lot of those are those $5 Indians, or the families of those $5 Indians, and some of them even mixed in, because obviously if the $5 Indians got the benefits and the Indians can come over there and mingle and mix, they can also take parts in some of the inheritance as well. So you also got that issue too. But we wasn't all super dark skinned. Yes, it was dark skinned people here, but some of them was also fairer skinned as well. No, man. Yeah, exactly. They got it's the same thing that they've always done. They got replaced in their own land, and then they sent a lot of them to those reservations. And then after they sent them to the reservations, that's when they started like, a lot of people don't know it, but like the opioid epidemic and all of that stuff, that started over there in the reservations. They was giving them opioids, they was giving them drugs and all of that stuff. And I forgot we did a video about it where it was talking about a lot of stuff. And this is how you know that those people were of Israel, because they had, when they built the establishments that they was doing, because a lot of people don't seem to think, right? But when they came over here, they say that the Native Americans was intense. They were all living in tents. That's what they tell us, right? But is it not a law that during the tabernacles that they supposed to dwell in tents? Because they had homes. They wasn't out here just living in tents on the land like they try to teach us that they were. They had homes, but they was dwelling in tents because of the command. You know what I'm saying? That's why the tabernacle falls right around their celebration, because right around that celebration is when they came and pretty much took everything over. But people don't put two and two together, and they just think, oh, well, because I know it's a lot of people that's pushing the narrative. It's a lot of people nowadays that's pushing a narrative that a lot of the Native Americans are Native Americans, and more black people are Native Americans than Native Americans, even though it's some truth to that, because a lot of us, because you got to think about it. If the fair-skinned natives and then the darker natives, if they was saying all the darker natives was Negroes, and they put them over here with Judah, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that, and then they took these people and threw them over there in the reservations, it doesn't change the fact that we was all part of Israel. The only thing that changed was they separated us, and then they told us who we was. It's no different. It's no different from how you got people over there in Haiti, and then you got people over there in what's the I think it's Dominican Republic, and they both on the same island. You know what I'm saying? But the Haitians don't deal with the Puerto Ricans, even though they from the same tribe. But it's because they've been taught this. You know what I'm saying? The Haitians got their freedom from the French. You know what I'm saying? And they went over there and got in that land, and they looked at as different people, even though they're the complete same. Why is he out here like this? Oh, my bad. No, completely different. Ain't no way I'm doing that. I don't care what type of sport they got me trying to play. Yeah, that's never happening, my brother. That's not happening. You ain't telling me that you're not extremely cold. All right, what we got here? Eshan.
I don't want anybody to freak out, but I had a mom contact me who said that she discovered her son was using the YouVersion Bible app as shadow social media, and she wanted to make sure other parents were aware of some of the features.
They pushing a lot of different stuff, bro. They've been pushing a lot of different.
Okay, here's what was
craziness
happening. If I tap more and
wait, hold up. What are you talking about?
I don't want anybody to freak out, but I had a mom contact me who said that she discovered her son was using the YouVersion Bible app as shadow social media, and she wanted to make sure other parents were aware of some of the features in there. So here's what we found.
Okay, here's what was happening. If I tap more and then I go to add friends, I can add friend and type in a word that a curious kid might type in, like sex. And look at all these different accounts that come up. And I can add any of them. I add them and then they accept my request. Then all of their friends see me. It can flood me with requests. And that's what was going on with this young boy. So let me get out of this. And the other thing that was happening is if I just go into where there's scripture, if I tap a verse, I can put it on top of a photo. There are stock photos in here, but I can also grab a photo from my camera roll. And kids had nude photos from their camera roll that they were putting scripture on top of. So now you can attach comments to those photos. So now they're sharing inappropriate photos with inappropriate comments with complete strangers. And that's what
Wow. See, this is how you know that the world is at the most wicked possible. Because why would you use the Bible app to do this? Why would you use the Bible app to share new photos? And what scripture are you putting on there, bro? This is literally the weirdest stuff I've ever heard. Man, bro, our people, like not our, I don't think those are people, but people are so out of sync, bro. It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. Look, bro, had him lost. Oh. Hey, I see some clips of that young one. He be saucing up, bro. These kids are so advanced now with you know what I'm saying? The sports is crazy.
You might been hurt, babe.
You might been hurt, babe.
You told me.
Ooh, more neck. But I'm not like them. No choice, babe.
Oh, where did he come from?
Love somebody.
Yes, great.
For you.
Oh, I saw this on BET once.
I'm dead.
It's gonna be me.
It's gonna be me.
Oh my goodness, bro. The moves were so trash. They were terrible. Bro. No, they definitely coming after the children, bro. It's crazy because like I see it more and more that they starting to target more and more children using these apps to do it. That like I was doing a video earlier about like technology and stuff like that. Like I'm gonna have to make a video about limiting and monitoring what your kids watch, bro. I got it to the point where like if my kids see certain things, they avoid it themselves, and that's what I want to always happen. But it's at certain times I catch them and they'll be like, this is how you know. Because if they watching something that I don't want them to be watching or that they know that they ain't supposed to be watching, if I walk in a room, they whole vibe change. It's going pretty good. It's going pretty good. What's good with you? But yeah, it's like their whole vibe just completely changes. You know what I mean? So I already know. I ain't even gotta ask them. I already know, like, turn it off. You know what I mean? Oh, give me this, or you know what I mean? Like, but it's already instilled in them. So like, even when they are doing something bad, they know that they're doing something bad. A lot of these kids don't even understand that they're doing something wrong. Hey, I'm about to say, did y'all need us in that one? Cause you know how they be playing. You know how they be coming.
I used to be involved in the New Age, and something that I could tell you is this. The spirits that's involved in the New Age, they masquerade as helpers, like they want to help you. They'll make you feel like that you're a worker of light and that you're doing good. It will feel like a way of life. It will feel natural. It will feel like who you are, to the point many times you don't even question it because it just is. That's how close these spirits adapt with you. Don't be deceived, my friend. This is just an act by these spirits, and it's false. The very time when the Lord brought me out of the New Age, those same spirits turned quickly against me. I was waking up with scratches on my body, being tormented in dreams, and a lot more. Yes, even as a believer, I had to undergo deliverance multiple times. That was several years ago. If you're in the New Age, get out while you still have a chance. For those interested, the final 3 days of this month, I'm doing a detailed class on apologetics in the New Age. I'm going to be talking about what the New Age is, what the beliefs are in the New Age, how to effectively minister to.
Okay.
This artwork right here was made entirely with the artist's mind. This and
what,
this.
Against what rules? Like the rules on this channel? No. I'm not against it at all.
And this on display here in Washington, D.C. was made by people with paralysis using brain-computer interface, or BCI technology. It works by implanting a chip in the brain that connects a person's neural signals with the computer, allowing them to control a cursor or a bionic limb with only their thoughts. Organized by BlackRock Neurotech, this is the world's first exhibit of brain-computer interface created art. While it displays how this tech allows people with full or partial paralysis create art again, the implications beyond that are huge. BCIs have helped users regain their ability to move their physical limbs again, control bionic limbs, or type out messages on a computer, all by relinking their brainwaves to the outside world. BlackRock anticipates releasing their first BCI for home use as early as 2024.
Bro, they trying to turn everybody to robots, bro. It's so crazy how deep that they're trying to go into, like, changing the nature. You know what I mean? Changing the nature of everybody. Like, that's how you know that they're like, people are tapped into spirits that they're not supposed to be dealing with for real out here. And a lot of people look at it and like, oh, this is so cool. And this is so, you know what I mean? But it's a reason why they're allowed to do these things right now. But a lot of these things is going to be our detriment because they weren't meant for those purposes. And people are trying to now use the information that they're getting from the outside world and trying to implement it in the world that we live in now. And I'm telling you, it's going to destroy a lot of us that want to see these things advance. And you know what I mean? Like the AI stuff is crazy. It's going to literally, in a couple years, like they're going to be able to alter reality so much that they can literally just change time of what happened. And they'll have images and things like this of memories that never even happened or never even existed, but because the other generation isn't so aware of what's going on, man, bro, they can literally change and spin the whole narrative. But bro, it's just a lot.
I said, excuse me.
Why you say that for?
Oh, because I want to get out your way.
Oh, no, you ain't in my way. You good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Where you going? Stay right here.
Huh?
No, stay right here.
Why am I standing
I'm trying to get you to block the camera right fast.
Huh?
No, be quiet. Huh? You need that? Give me that. I got you.
No, I got it.
No, give it to me.
No, I'm good.
No, I'm gonna give it to you when we get outside.
No, I got it though.
No, let me just use your glasses right fast.
No, I need my glasses.
For what?
To see.
You ain't seeing nothing. Did you see what I just did?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you goddamn snitch.
Wow. Oh, bro. I don't know, man. These pranks and stuff like that, sometimes they be going overboard. Sometimes they just be like playful fun, but I don't know, man.
I don't want anybody to freak out, but I had a mom contact me who said that she discovered her son was using the
This video is crazy, actually. Like, I think we're gonna do a
villains in
couple more of
Black
these.
Panther movies always wear blue because it's the color of the police. I know that's controversial.
Film theories. We're gonna do a couple more of these, and then we're gonna tap into one of these videos or whatever, whichever one you want to. Or
The villains in Black Panther movies always wear blue because it's the color of the police. I know that's controversial, but it's the truth. The colors of the costumes in Black Panther matter a lot. Some choices are obvious. The royal family wears purple, the river tribe wears green for fertility. Other color choices have deeper roots. The warrior women of the Dora Milaje, for instance, wear red, inspired by the Maasai tribe of Kenya and Tanzania. To them, red symbolizes courage, bravery, and strength. The Wakandan merchant tribe, meanwhile, wear silver, dusty purple, and have face coverings. This is inspired by the Tuareg people from Mali, Niger, and Algeria. Historically, they were nomadic, traveling long distances across the desert, hence the head covering and the veil. But it's the villains who have the most controversial color choice. Both Killmonger and Clow have blue as their main color. The border tribe that sides with Killmonger, also blue. And in Wakanda Forever, Namor's people, blue again. But why? Well, according to costume designer Ruth Carter, it's because director Ryan Coogler
made a connection to the police, so the border tribe was blue.
Blue equals police and colonization, both villains to the black community as he sees it. That's why
That's interesting. It's interesting. Crazy observation, but I don't know. I just don't feel like Killmonger. I don't feel like Killmonger was the police. Like, you can't get me to. Like, you can't get me to. Nah. I just don't see that one. I'm sorry. Yeah, we know that's your type of stuff, righteous lyrics. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gotta say nothing. Y'all know what I'm saying. All right.
How women open car doors vs. men.
Y'all be opening doors like that, chat? Man or women? Like, I usually don't touch my windows at all when I open the door, because why would you do that for? Like, there's literally no point in touching the window, like, at all. But I'm also not about to do all that extra stuff that Buddy was doing. You know what I mean? Like, if that's the case, you might as well got you a little disinfectant wipe that you carry around. You know what I'm saying? Wiping off the doors. Like, it's your car. Like, I don't know what you know what I mean? Like, it's your car. Why are you so scared to touch this? Is you just trying to say we're not trying to get it dirty? Like, I don't know, man. That was strange activity. All right, what we got?
Burn your idols. Anything that you got
them.
that's fighting for a position of authority in your life against the Most High, you got to burn that thing. That thing is evil. It's wicked.
That's a fact.
The one who sits at the top is Yahuwah. Him only. Nobody else, nothing else should be in competition for that position. And if it is, you
There
gotta
you go.
check yourself.
You gotta check
I gotta
yourself,
check
facts.
myself all the time because of my thoughts.
Yep.
Gotta check it. And that's the blessing of having the Holy Spirit. You get to
Mhm.
have a thought and you get to check that thought and say,
Right.
nah, that's wrong.
Yeah, that's
What
wrong.
am I thinking? Nah, that's error. That's a blessing, man. Not get caught up in the agendas and the ideologies of this world. Because if
Facts.
you allow these things to speak to you, speak into your life, and you hear them and you listen long enough, you begin to conform and,
Yeah.
and begin to live life like they live life. And we know that their agenda is opposite. It's
facts.
opposing the Most High.
He spit facts right there. Nah, he ain't never lying. He said, "Who does that? Nobody does it, bro. I ain't never seen. If I see somebody do that in person, I'm like, bro, if you don't just open that door and stop playing, like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing?" All right, teach your kids how to fight.
Y'all stop telling your kids this. So a lot of parents will tell their kids that if someone hits them at school, that they should hit them back. Y'all, the laws have changed. Teachers are no longer allowed to break up fights. So if your child hits someone and they end up getting jumped in class, there is literally nothing we can do about it. You better hope that your child has friends who are either going to jump in the fight and pull them off of them, or that one of 4 people who are actually certified to restrain them shows up. This is either the assistant principal, the SRO, someone from the special education department, and then maybe the PE teacher. Because there are so many lawsuits either from parents who are suing because they don't like the way the teacher handled them, or teachers who don't like the fact that kids are turning on them in the fights, they kind of have to sit there and watch until somebody gets there. So if you want to continue to tell your kids this, that's fine, but you better hope your kid has hands, because if not, you just put them in danger. Y'all stop telling your kids this. So a lot of
This kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier in the video with the dude that snatched the phone from the girl. Look, man, it's not your responsibility. She literally just said, "What, like, if something like breaking up a fight isn't your responsibility, then snatching a kid's phone out of their hand is not your responsibility either." Call one of those 4 people that she just said, and that could be handled. But going back to what I was talking about, or what the video was talking about. Look, man. So this is the issue that I be having. First of all, if you don't have, I don't know what you expect a kid to do in a situation of being hit, because if my son gets hit and he doesn't do nothing and then he gets jumped, then he didn't defend himself. He could be in danger that way. You know what I mean? But then if he hits him and then he gets jumped, you know what I'm saying? That's a whole different situation. I mean, me personally, I'm gonna try to teach my kids to try to de-escalate the situation in any type of way, and never really to be confrontational about certain things. But if he hits you, bro, I'm gonna tell him you better hit him back. You know what I'm saying? Either hit him back or restrain him from hitting you. That's it. I'll probably go with the second option first, honestly. Try to restrain him from hitting you. But if you can't and he hits you, hey, you know what I mean? You got to defend yourself, because you never know what can happen nowadays. But I don't want him to be fighting. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I wouldn't want my kid to be fighting. Not his brother. You know what I'm saying? Not one of his peoples. So, but I don't know. Like, it's kind of a hard situation to speak on, because now I have more of an understanding, and I think that what ends up happening a lot of times with a lot of these fights is emotions. It be emotion driven, and it's not really working on logic. And if kids understood logic or was taught logic, then a lot of kids wouldn't even fight. But some of them, they don't have anybody to explain that to them. Some kids that if another kid explains it to them to where that they can understand it, then they would stop. You know what I mean? Especially if it's a kid that's well respected in the school. You know what I mean? That's another thing. The teacher, I understand you said that you say that they don't really have a say in breaking up the fight. But you can also try to prevent the fight. You see him getting heated, hey, go, one of y'all go outside. You know what I mean? Or call security guard, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, so they can get them separated before the fight even escalates. Because you know when a fight's about to stir up. Unless somebody just come out of nowhere and decks, you know, and punches a kid in the face, you know when a fight gonna break out. You've been there before. You've seen the certain signs. You see the way people look at people. You know what I'm saying? You see kids talking under their breath. Like, it's a lot of stuff. What's good with you, DZ? Shalom. All right, I'm gonna do these other two.
The sharpest object in the world is actually soft.
We're gonna get in Discord, or do y'all want to do?
The sharpest object in the world is actually soft and formless. Water. When pressurized to over 100 gigapascals and forced through a 0.05 millimeter nozzle, water transforms into the world's sharpest blade. This incredible water jet cutter is capable of slicing through fruit, breaking rocks, and even turning iron into a mushy paste. It can effortlessly penetrate multiple layers of bulletproof glass stacked together. Even the hardest material on Earth, the diamond, has to admit defeat when faced with this powerful force.
That's crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Have y'all ever had like a water that like shot really hard and it kind of like hurt a little bit? That's how you know that water is low key powerful. Anything pressurized can be, you know what I'm saying, severely dangerous.
What do you think about kids being at this event?
Kids? They're not my kids. I don't give a shit. They're not my kids. I don't give a shit. Why would I give a shit about somebody else's kids? That's not my job. Thank you very much. As a school teacher, I approve this message.
Wow. So as a school teacher, she approves this message. These are who are raising your kids when you take them to public schools. You're pretty much allowing your child to be given over to Satan, okay? What are they learning in these public schools today, in elementary school? LGBT, doing drugs, having sex at a young age. Get your children out of public school.
Not that as a school teacher, bro. There's so much going on. Like, this is, when did the world get so sensitive to the point where you can't tell somebody when they're wrong without them getting offended? Like, when? Like, this, I don't get it, bro. Because she's like, they ain't my kids, so I'm not really worried about them. So if they was your nieces and nephews, if they was your cousins, you know what I'm saying, you wouldn't care because they're not your kids, specifically your kids. Like, we used to have communities where kids would be so tight that they would be afraid of another kid's parent because they know that they're going to tell on them at least. Yeah, we reacting to videos. It's actually crazy. I was talking about if we go into the Discord. So this was the thing. If we go into the Discord, the question that I'm a have people jump up in the Discord, and I was gonna ask the question that I got up on the stream, which is, what made you follow God? So we can either do that for a little bit because I might have to get up off of here in about like an hour or so to get ready for work. So we can do that, or we can continue watching and reacting to more videos. We just chilling in the Reddit right now, but we done with the Reddit for tonight. But what's this? Because I know you specifically said you sent me something. So, but it's like
problems with my female.
It's like a lack of
reproductive system because when I started to take the hormones and I started getting cramps and all.
Okay. 30 years of testosterone did to his body. All right, let's go ahead and check it out.
Problems with my female reproductive system because when I started to take the hormones and I started getting cramps and all these things and nobody could help me. I would go to a gynecologist and they would call me a freak, and I would go to a doctor and they'd be like, I can't look at you, you're a weirdo. I mean, I got all kinds of stuff. I mean, so eventually the pain became a horrible problem and my uterus and my cervix fused together. And it's the first recorded case in the history of the world, and the long-term use of testosterone took my uterus and took my cervix and put it together, and as you know, that's a sort of self-cleaning oven. And it just stopped, and what happened was I got an infection, which eventually, after 3 years of trying to go to doctors and saying, help me here, none of them could help me. They're like, oh, that's normal, that's just cramping, that's just normal cramping. And I'm like, no, it isn't. I got septic and I popped and I became septic and I got to the hospital in enough time that the doctor could actually save my life. And he said, if you didn't come in 2 more minutes, you would be dead. And so I sit here and I'm emotional and cry because you need to understand that it's not always so positive. And there are, I don't even know the other effects that 30 years of testosterone on my body has done to my body. I know it has changed my brain. I know that there are things going on with me that I'm sure are affected by the testosterone. But again, we don't have the research. That's what I want everybody to understand here. Yes, please understand it saved my life. It's the most amazing thing for that. But also understand the other side of that. And are you willing to take this on? Because if you're not, you better understand that these things are not fun and they're not happy and they're not great. But I think it's important that we as trans people start to talk about the actual cons of transitioning and not just the pros and not just hashtag trans is happy.
If we just stuck to what we naturally were, you know what I mean, then you can't have issues like that. And then that's another thing too, because it's so many, and I don't like, I'm pretty sure that they getting shadow banned and is getting pushed under the rug, but it's so many people that have transitioned that regret transitioning, that have messages that they trying to teach these younger kids and all of that stuff to not transition, you know what I'm saying, because you will regret it. But a lot of these cases are not being told. You know what I mean? A lot of these cases are not being told. It was one day I was just scrolling through YouTube, and then on one of these ads popped up. And I usually don't watch ads, but I had my phone in my pocket and then it was just playing. And it was this trans man. That's what I'm saying. It's so confusing. It was a trans man. So it was I don't know what it was. Honestly. I honestly don't know what it was, but all I know is they transitioned. Right? And when they transitioned, they was like so regretful because they transitioned at a very young age. They said they transitioned when they was like 13 or something like that. And now that they're like 20, you know what I'm saying? Or they was like they upper 20s, but they can't go back because they got the process, they did the procedure, they got the surgery and all of that stuff, and they can't go back to what they naturally was because they've ruined that. But they have those urges and want to return back. You know what I'm saying? And I was just sitting there listening, and I was just like, you can tell by her, the way that she was speaking and how you could tell that she was hurt, that these people that regret it, they truly regret it. It's not just them trying to say it to get no clicks or anything like that, or because it's the cool thing to do. They truly regret making that decision. And it's a lot of people that's doing this, but like I just said, people aren't aware of it because it's getting so force fed down their throat that this is what you need to do. And the crazy part is the people that's force feeding it, they not even feeding into it. Come on, bro. Like, stop being delusional. Yeah. That regret sets in and you can't turn back. Can't turn back, bro. But that's crazy. All right, we're going to go ahead. All right, so the question of the night is... The question of the night is, what made you want to follow God? Now, we're going to jump up in the lobby. So if anybody want to jump up in the lobby, we in the lobby with it. And we just going, whoever jump in, y'all jump in whenever y'all ready. And we're just going to chop it up a little bit. Chop it up a little bit in the lobby. You know what I'm saying? And y'all can come up and let me know why y'all, what made y'all follow God. Now, I was saying this earlier, so I know a lot of people just recently joined in, but the question isn't why did you come into the truth? The question is what made you choose to follow God? Because coming into the truth is one thing, right? You come into the truth, you know who you are, you learn, okay, we Israel, this is things that we have to do. But what made you stick to this is what I'm going to follow? Because a lot of people that know what it is, but they ain't following it. You know what I mean? So that's the question. We got DZ. We got DZ in here. Say something real quick so I can make sure that your mic working.
Yo.
Okay. We are good. Got DZ in here. So go ahead and let us know, man. What made you follow God? Like, what was the things that made you want to follow God?
Well, I'm 14, so I can't mention when I was like 2 or 3, but like what like really like made me like realize, yeah, this is like true, was like seeing it how it lines up with like the world, the way the world's going and stuff like that.
Okay, so it was more so like you seen, okay, dang, the word, the thing that I'm supposed to be following, it lines up with how it's like history and then what's currently going on now, like to where you seen a pattern.
Yeah.
Of like, okay, this is kind of crazy that everything that's being said in here is exactly what's happening over time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but like people that are in like history books, like with school and stuff, are also like in the Bible, like Xerxes. Like I've seen movies about him.
Right.
And like he's also in the Bible with Esther and Haman.
Right.
So like I'm like everything like matches up perfectly, and
like
also
historically,
like, yeah. And also like just like when you follow the Bible, it's just like say if we didn't know like we were going to heaven and stuff like that. Like that actual laws is just good morals.
Right.
Like just living right. Like
that's a fact though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely 100% agree with you on that. Cause this is what I used to tell people that was like afraid to like come into the truth, right? I would say, look, there's no negatives in keeping the laws. Let's say you don't believe in it. Let's say you don't believe in a God, or, you know what I'm saying, the God of Israel or the Bible, right? One thing I will tell you though, that these laws are better. Like it benefits you so much. You know what I mean? Like even if you don't believe, by you just keeping the laws alone, it benefits you so much. You know?
Yeah.
So that was one thing that made me think about it. Like these laws benefit me, but now I'm starting to see certain things change in my life that I don't think that I would have been able to see or that I would have been able to change if I didn't come into the understanding of, following God.
Yeah. Like, just like just basic things like honor your father and your mother.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, don't commit adultery, don't steal, don't like that. These are just like normal things that people should like common sense.
Right, right. Yeah, but they say common sense ain't too common.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it seemed like like you said, morally is just the right things to do. You know what I mean? So that makes a lot of sense. Anybody else want to come up and share? Or do you have anything else that you want to point out?
I don't really. I don't really know.
Yeah, I think that it's interesting because I'm a kind of share like what made me want to follow God. So what made me essentially, because like after I learned, I'm like, okay, this makes a lot of sense in the Bible, and I see like why it is. But I used to always think when I was really young, like, what is our purpose? Like, what is the meaning of us being here? What is the meaning of our existence? I need like 10 to 20.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you got it. But yeah, like, I'm like, what is the meaning to our existence? Why are we put on this earth? What is our purpose? And when I first found this out, I was kind of hesitant. Like, it sounds so good. And then I started thinking like, why, like, if I've been looking for something and then this is the thing that actually makes the most sense to me, that lines up the most to me, why don't I follow it and see how it goes and see if this is something that is actually beneficial or that I can truly believe in? Because you know how they say, you won't really understand a thing until you do it. Right?
Yeah.
And I was sitting here and I'm like, what is, like, okay, they telling me to do, but I won't really know the benefit until I start trying. And the good thing is a lot of the things that I was being taught are the things that morally I knew that it was right and that I was trying to actually kind of go into in the first place. Like, I was trying to separate myself from people that smoke because I had started smoking and it came a bad habit that I wanted to get out of. So when I found out that the Bible was telling us, hey, we supposed to stay sober minded, I'm like, okay, this gives me an extra reason why I shouldn't do it. Because if this is something that God intended us not to have, now I can be like, okay, not only do I want to stop it for my personal, for personal reasons, but also because God doesn't think that this is beneficial to us.
Yeah.
I was a whoremonger in the world. I wanted to settle, like I wanted to have a family. I wanted to settle down. I wanted to get my life together. I wanted to marry somebody that I can truly trust and believe in, but I had to separate myself from the rest of the world and say, hey, I don't want to continue being a whoremonger. I want to, get myself together and be ready and prepared to take on the responsibility to provide for a family. So now I have to separate myself. Found out the Bible says pretty much the same thing. You know what I mean? So a lot of the things align to things that I wanted to do. And I knew that was right in my heart, but I didn't understand really what the purpose was until I followed God. And as I was doing it, I started realizing, okay, these things are so much more beneficial to my life. You know what I mean? Like, just small things, like little small changes made me change a lot. You know what I mean? Made me change a lot of the way that my behaviors, the way that I act, the way that I treated a person, and all of that stuff. So it was just, it just got me through a lot. So I started thinking like, if this isn't the way, even if you don't believe in God or anything like that, if you just follow the commandments alone, like, I think that you can have a really good life.
Yeah. Yeah, because say hypothetically that like this is all false, right? but you're still living by the commandments.
Right.
You're just like you're just a normal person with like good habits.
Right. Building good
Because
habits.
yeah, because people like I don't like people that like smoke and stuff like it says in the Bible to not defile your temple.
Mm-hmm.
And like it's like smoking causes cancer and
Yeah.
things of that nature, like bad for your lungs. So like the Bible it's just good morals, really.
Mm-hmm. Good morals, and there's so many benefits. Like the scriptures talk about, like that the prophecies and stuff like that never fails. But even when you go into like the laws and stuff like that, they never fail us to better us. You know what I mean? Like they never fail us to better us. And if you truly just believe in what the things that is commanded, like you'll see the reason why it was commanded after practicing it. So you know what I mean? So long, like for instance, where it talks about like gossiping, right? Or going around being a talebearer. In the world, people don't really care about people being a talebearer and all of that stuff. But then when you start practicing it, you start seeing the results of talebearing. You know what I mean? People spreading like false allegations on people. You know what I'm saying? People causing rumors to spread, you know, and all of these things that end up causing more and more sin to continue to be amongst our people. And then you're like, dang, just us just doing one of these little commandments can change like the effects of so many things that we go through. I'm like, that is crazy. You know?
Yeah.
But just being a talebearer alone, like you wouldn't really think about it. You wouldn't think that, oh, this is going to stem and become a bigger problem if I continue to you know, spread rumors or gossip, or, you know what I mean, make little small lies, or not having the full details, but just telling people the story, you know, it's just so crazy.
I know quite a few people like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the nature of our people a lot of the times, because it gets inbred in us. You know what I mean? We got parents that, you know, they don't like each other, so they go around talking about each other all the time. You got family that don't like each other, so they talk about each other all the time. Then you got kids that want to be cool, so they lying on people, or they might say this or they might say that. It's a trap, so to speak. It's a snare, like the scripture say, a snare to our people.
Yeah.
But yeah. The messenger said he'd be up on in about 10 minutes.
I bet.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna start doing these more often, where I'm gonna have a topic and we just gonna sit up and chop it up about certain things that we might need to do, you know, that could help our people. You know what I mean? Just having open dialogues, open conversations about certain things. Because a lot of people need to hear us actually just talking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I Lord's will, we can get this podcast going soon. But until then, I also want to, you know, build connection and understanding with the people that's tapped into this, to where it's like, I don't want it to be like, oh, I'm just another man on your screen. You know what I mean? Like, we supposed to be here to be brothers and stuff like that. So being able to talk, the scriptures talk about what's that, Malachi 3:16, talk about those that fear the Lord spake openly, you know, or often one to another. So I want to be able to speak often with, you know what I'm saying, the people and everything like that, and tap in, see what y'all got going on, you know what I'm saying, help each other, encourage each other, all of that.
Yeah, because like when I found this page, like, because I was like thinking, like, why don't nobody do reactions to like music or something like that?
Right.
Because then I was like, oh, then because how somebody had I forgot what song was it, but it was like one of my like first few songs, and they said somebody's reacting to you. Then they sent me your page, and I'm like, oh, this is cool.
Right. Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of people doing reactions, because a lot of people don't even really know too much about on the reaction side. So a lot of people don't really get too tapped into it. Especially like the older generation, because this is kind of like a newer type thing. The younger generation, type thing. A lot of people don't know about Discord. They don't know about a lot of this stuff. So I'll be trying to get people hip to it. But the Most High just gave me the idea to do reactions, and you know, I felt like it was a need in Israel for this type of content for our people to see. You know, give more exposure to the people that's out here making righteous music, because a lot of people don't know about it. You know what I mean? Like even now, like even with my channel, like even though my channel is big in Israel, it's still small to the world. You know what I mean? And we could open so many more eyes by just continuing to build and reaching out and everything like that. It's been a huge blessing for me and my family, you know what I mean, as well as like everybody that's been joining in. I get messages all the time like, man, this channel really, you know, helped me, or you know, oh, it put me up onto these artists that keeps me in the spirit now that I'm listening to these artists. And I didn't think that it was gonna be so big to the people, but I knew that it was needed, because like, you know, you listen to music and you probably get inspired to make other songs by listening to the music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or you might listen to a song and you like, dang, that I really needed to hear that, you know? And that's how I felt a lot of times when I was listening to the music. So I'm like, man, I wish people can experience what I'm experiencing with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's where it all stemmed from.
Because Lil Prophet Isaac, he was finna do something like this.
You said who was?
Lil Prophet Isaac. You know?
Oh yeah. See, and I encourage more people to actually jump onto the wave. I like a lot of times I'll be sitting here and I'm like, man, I wish I had more people that was not necessarily doing the same thing as me. Because if y'all do the same thing as me, it's fine too. But like that we can all like build together while we making this content. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I know it's a lot of. Go ahead.
He had said, if I do it, people are gonna say I'm biting off righteous reacts.
See, that's the thing. Like, it's never I don't think that it's ever biting, really. I think because everything that I do, I've seen other people do it. And I'm not necessarily biting off of them. I'm doing something that I know works. You know what I mean? And he can do the same thing and put his own spin on it. You know what I mean? To where it's like his own. I would, if I was you, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if he's in the chat, but if I was you, I would talk to him and tell him and encourage him like, hey man, if you got it in your spirit to do it, do it. Don't worry about, oh, this is gonna be what righteous reactions do. You know what I'm saying? Because it might be a time where the Most High tell me, hey, I can't do it no more. But now I got another brother that I can send people to. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe I'm busy doing something and I'm like, hey, well, check out my brother's page. You know what I'm saying? Check him out. He got some fire reactions. He be breaking down the songs. You know what I'm saying? You know, the more the merrier. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And he's in
the Discord.
Discord, yeah.
Right. Okay. All praises.
You don't see him promoting his music and sending pictures.
Yeah. All the time. I never knew that he wanted to do the reactions. Because if he wanted to do it, like, I can give him all the tips and everything that I've learned. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And maybe even help his process be 10 times easier. You know what I mean? I always look at it like this. I'm just one. I can only reach so many. You know what I mean? So if another brother, it's just like how them brothers was out there teaching the word and the disciples was like, hey, Christ, they out here teaching. You know what I mean? They out here teaching. And Christ was like, well, look, if they ain't against us, you know what I'm saying, then they for us. If I know that what you trying to do is to reach the people, you know what I'm saying, I would say, like, if you are going to do it, don't do it just because you want to do it, but because you're led to do it. You know what I mean? Because everything that you do isn't necessarily for the Most High. Sometimes it can be for yourself. And if he's gonna do it, or if anybody would do it, I would say put the Most High first. Establish a covenant or a way that you say, hey, what I'm about to do is for you. You know what I mean? That way they can't get put off by it. You know what I mean?
Because most things that people do, like, in the truth, it's like they enjoy doing it, and it's like putting in arms and work.
Exactly.
Like, like I edit, make promos and videos and stuff like that, and I enjoy doing that. And music is something I really enjoy doing. So, and that's a way of like spreading the truth and giving other people or giving people like something righteous to listen to.
Right. Yeah.
But also it being good, because I've heard some bad I've heard some very bad righteous music.
Right. Yeah, I've heard, and I be trying to like if I do hear bad, because I've heard some bad ones too. It's not often.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All praise to the Most High that it's not been too often. But you know what I'm saying? I also try to encourage them too, because well, to a certain extent, because it's one thing to be doing it because you have the gifts, and it's another thing to do it because you just want to do it. You know what I mean? I always try to tell people like everybody doesn't have to do the same things. Like everybody can't be the arm. You know what I mean? Like people have to go into these different avenues, and that's why ultimately I want to see our people going into podcasts, and I want to see our people going into the reacting and to doing these different avenues. Like I love the fact that y'all make your own music, but y'all also producing your own music. Y'all also, you know what I'm saying, getting the edits, and y'all doing it yourselves. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a great skill to have. You know what I mean? That could actually benefit the nation down the line. You know, so it's a blessing to see y'all doing that. And I would love to, you know, be able to just chop it up with everybody that have these gifts, and we can all like feed off of each other, and you know, maybe even come up with ideas for each one that may be driven to do certain things. Or even when y'all have ideas for me, like always hit me up and let me know. What's good, Messenger?
Yeah.
I see you up in here. And if anybody else want to get up in the chat, just join the Discord and come into the lobby. We all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all all welcome to join in. You know what I mean? I see some more people just jumped up in here.
Yeah, shalom.
Shalom. What's up?
Yeah, well, to answer the question of the stream, for me, it kind of felt like natural, in my opinion, because when I was younger, right? Like my earliest memory that I could remember probably doing something for me was when I was laying down sick on my bed. And this was when I was like 7, maybe 8, right?
Right.
And my parents were at the time in Christianity, but they weren't like, it's like they were like getting out of it. They weren't like deeply involved like some people are. So it's like they knew the Bible and everything, but they weren't like, you know, knee deep in it to the point where like, you know, they were like heavily involved, I would say.
Right.
I would say like during that time they were like going into the truth, right? Because there's like very few times I remember where we actually went to church. And the thing is that we went to like a few different ones. It wasn't the same one each time. Like as far as I remember, we went to 3 different churches, and I only remember going there like once or twice to each one of them. But yeah, after I prayed to be healed, I was healed instantly, and I think that maybe that's when it started. It was like already like in my subconscious, right? So it's like I didn't really need to think about it, you know? It was like not even a question to like, you know, follow. So that's how I see it. And plus I was like raised like that pretty much. So, you know, slowly learning, and as you know, as things escalated around the world, so did you know, learning more about the truth.
Right.
And who we really were. So
I have a question.
That's how I see it.
Because I was raised in Christianity, you know, modern day Christianity and stuff like that. So did it ever feel odd to you to like it was a good thing, but it just didn't fit, like it didn't fit, or it didn't feel like right?
Like for me, it's like I'm the oldest, right? So for me, it wasn't like that. I would say like at the time when we were going to church, like, and when we were going to church, it wasn't every Sunday. It was like kind of rare.
Right.
It was rare for me, but it was it. like I don't think I understood the concepts really. Like I
Mm-hmm.
was just there to be there because my parents went there for
Right.
the most part. So I didn't. So at the time, I feel like I didn't really understand, what it really was. But like it's like I could say protected from it because I didn't really feel anything. Like I didn't, know anything with just being a kid.
Yeah,
So,
I understand. That makes
um,
sense.
but yeah, but my parents, on the other hand, they were, they knew about it, right? So like they were involved, but by the time I was born and stuff, they were like getting out of it. But they would know more than I would about
Right.
Christianity
Right.
since they were already like in it for a long time
Yeah,
before
I understand
I
because like I
actually
said,
left it.
I was like I grew up in it. So like when I was younger, I didn't feel too much of the influence. You know what I mean? But when I got older, that's when I was like, it's something like it feel like I should have a piece of this, but not the way that it's being presented, which made more sense down the line when I learned, because I'm like, oh, okay, they're using the God of Israel, they're using the God of the Bible, but the things that they're practicing and doing and and teaching us aren't aligned up with it. So like I felt like the aspect of the Bible felt like it resonated with my spirit, but the rest of it really didn't, and I always would question like, why is there so many things that the Bible says but nobody's practicing? And it used to it didn't give me, it felt like fake a little bit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was being
Well,
forced a little bit.
yeah, like as soon as I start learning more about what Christianity was, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, as I got older, like it's more recent, right? I would
Mm-hmm.
say, because we just had Bible study like today, so and we talked a little about it because for the past few times we did it like as a family, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, we pretty much were talking about how, their doctrine was and what they taught
Mm-hmm.
versus what was actually written. And it was
Right.
just so obvious
Yeah.
when it was finally shown.
Right. That,
But yeah,
yeah, that's definitely that's how I felt. I felt like I'm like just like you were saying, like it felt so obvious. I'm like when I started reading it, and I'm like, bro, this like why is this so hard to do this, or why why isn't this just the easy way? Like it seems so simple, but I mean,
well, if you think
yeah,
about it, I mean, you see Christianity and you see how backwards it is compared to what it's supposedly, promoting, right?
right.
And then you go and look at what it says it's promoting versus what they're actually doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's crazy. Like I think you did a stream on it. Maybe not. Maybe I watched something, but was pretty much talking about how I was watching a different stream, but it's pretty much talking about how Christianity, based churches or communities pretty much were letting, the LGBTQ community be involved,
Right.
like in the congregation and
Oh
stuff
yeah,
like that.
I've done a
Like
couple videos on that
the
too.
Jesus Revolution stuff,
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that, you know?
Right.
And I was like, this is crazy. I'm like I know you ain't right, but um so yeah, pretty much. It just you can see it. It's so obvious now. Like you can't,
You
not
can't,
see it,
yeah, you can't miss it. Like it's just not adding up anymore. It's
Yeah,
it's
like
like
it's
it's
so
getting
like
worse.
Christianity.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Christianity is so big. How can you not see, how messed up it is?
Yeah.
Like everybody knows what Christianity is.
Right. And it's like that's another thing too, because even though everybody knows what Christianity is, it's so many versions of it, but then it's so many beliefs that's outside of what everybody should already do. Like it's like they have the extreme of it, but then the people that's not the extreme are also very extreme. It's kind of weird. You know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
would think like, okay, you would have like this mild version of them that like kind of still sticks to the morals and the laws that's in the Bible, but it's not a lot of them really.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what kind of made me think like, okay, like this can't be for me, because if my spirit's saying that I need a guide, and I know that the commandments is my guide and they help me navigate the world, it just makes more sense to do that for me. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it made me gravitate even more. And then plus when I started realizing that it was so many things that they just completely left out, because like I said, I was born into it. So, you know, I was confused at the fact that like it was like, you know, up to that point, 23 years of like hearing the same message but never knowing, like I would have to say 90% of the book, you know, and I had like really no clue of it. Just know like the basic stories, Jonah, you know, David, you know, Noah and Moses, and you know what I mean? More than most people that don't have a clue of like what Christianity teaches, but there was still a lot of things in those contexts that I missed out on, because they didn't have the proper understanding or information to teach it to me. What's good with you, Terry? That is Terry, right?
Shalom, yeah.
Okay.
Hello.
I was just making sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say something though. Like what y'all said earlier reminded me of a lyric Ishan had wrote. I think it's like the truth is now in me. I can't believe a lie no more.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we see these things so plain, but it's just, I don't know. It's just other people are blind to it. They just can't even really comprehend it.
Right.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it says that. Let me see if I remember. Well, man. Oh, that the wicked walk in darkness. They do not know what makes them stumble.
Right.
That. Yeah. So they just walking blindly off the jump.
Yeah, and then it's also harder for them to see it when they refuse, because you gotta remember, the moment that they harden their heart towards the law, the Most High sends them a strong delusion, like the scripture says, for them to believe the lie. So just because they might not notice that they harden their heart to the law, but anytime that you try to bring a law to them, or you know, they hear a law in the Bible and then they blatantly just ignore it or refute it, it's making the delusion more strong. You know what I mean? Because he wants you to believe the truth, but because you choose to believe in the lie of it, he like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna let you live that lie. You know, until you want to take away that pride and become humble and understand me. You know. So.
It's like he lets you do what you do, and then when he sees you doing, you know, something wrong, he's like, "I'll let you go and do what you want until you come back to me." So,
but not without judgment, because he's going to judge you, especially if you know, and then you think that you slick and just about to go do what you want after you know. Yeah, definitely, that judgment is definitely serious.
Yeah, he's only gonna tell you nice so many times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I look at it like he already told me nice once. I ain't trying to get on his bad side. I ain't trying to get on his bad side at all. But
sure.
Terry, what would you say? What made you follow God?
Well, I was really born into, I guess, Christianity. Yeah, that would be the word.
Yeah.
And my family's a little different. It's more, I'm in the South, so Louisiana.
Oh yeah.
The religion down here is mixed with more of it's more Catholic based. I would say it's a little bit different. But I don't know. What it took for me though is like I was reading in Revelations, and I was just led to do it out of nowhere, reading in it because I knew something was wrong. Eventually got to the end of the book, and I just cried out, and I honestly just asked to be led out of this. What's the word? Just lack of knowledge, I guess. I asked for more knowledge.
Yeah.
And eventually, it's crazy. It's like one of my cousins. He was introduced to the truth like a year before he had actually told me about it. I ended up running into him, and he explained all that, which I know you said you were asking more about how you got introduced to God, not true faith, I guess, but kind
I
of
mean, it kind
coincides,
of
I guess.
it kind of starts with that. You know, the question more so, even though that's the good part of it, but what made you say, okay, even though I heard this, this is what I'm gonna choose to do, you know, rather than I'm gonna listen to it, because there's a lot of people that know the truth, but they don't believe it or they don't follow it.
Yeah.
So that's why I was posing the question: what made you follow it? What made you have that urge to say, this is what I'm gonna do, rather than, you know, I know that this is true, but I'm not gonna do it. Essentially, what made you take the blue pill, you know, or the red pill, whatever, you know?
What it was, my cousin, he was showing me this video from Ishan about, you know, true Hebrews. And while I was listening, he was showing the evidence. He was showing all the things about that, and it just, I just became full with the Ruach HaKodesh. I never felt it before then. Even though I've been told that I felt the Holy Spirit, this and that before then, but I just never felt that before. Just seeing the truth so clearly at that moment, I just kind of changed. Started to change, not fully, obviously. It takes time.
Okay, so was it like when you say that you was filled with the Spirit, like, did it just, because like when I think about the Spirit, I always think about like it was like a level of clarity that you just can't really describe, as far as everything just started to make sense to you. You would read and things just started becoming evident to you, even though you may have read it before, and you like, that's not what I seen the last time I read it, you know what I mean? But like certain things just started to like be available, like he granted you the understanding, the knowledge.
Yeah, and it was for sure like that. Just like really just reading with completely new eyes, like seeing it completely different for how it was meant to be seen, not tainted or anything like that. Had to make myself a child again, even though I was only 15.
Right. Hey, 15 is a lot of years if you know, living them the wrong way. You know.
Oh yeah, and like my whole family is based around going to the street corner and preaching to be seen, even though they don't recognize it. But it's my uncle, like everyone in my family does it. They go around singing the gospel or whatever. But it's just misguided, and I've tried to explain it to them before, and it always goes down to like heated arguments, and I just gotta back away.
Right. Yeah, it's not for everybody. Like, and that's the good thing, because it's a good thing, but then at the same time, sometimes it can get frustrating, because it's like, why don't y'all want to see what I see? You know, like that's why I'm posing this question. Like, what made y'all want to follow him? Because there's so many people that hear what we saying, they agree with what we saying, but they don't choose to go down this path. You know, and it just seems so obvious to go down this path at times. You know, where it's like, this is literally the only way. You know. But a lot of times you talk to your family, you might be talking to some of your friends, and it's like they just don't get it, or they don't get you, or they don't understand where you're coming from, you know. So you got to use a level of compassion and mercy towards them, but at the same time, it's very frustrating. So it just kind of throw a curveball at you sometimes.
Like, ever since I actually made the leap to actually change and follow Yahuwah, it just, my family, they don't treat me the same, they don't view me the same, and honestly, I would say they hate me, even though they don't recognize it, you know, how it is. And I recognize, you know, in this faith that we follow, it's either going to push people or pull people towards you. And I just said, like, for me, I have to keep my mindset on what's right. Regardless of what anyone else says, regardless of what I hear from anyone, I have to make sure it's in the Word, you know, and excuse me. But it just makes me think back to this, you know, it just, Scripture has to be fulfilled.
Right.
Revelation goes into it a lot about the deception. If I'm not mistaken, what is it? The Great Delusion is going to be placed on us basically now. It goes into a lot, I believe, with like the church we see today and a lot of that.
Yeah, it's because of the way it was taught to us and was forced to us, and we didn't really have another option or thought to believe in a way. Most people think that, oh, just because it's the standard, that it's the truth, you know. And so it kind of holds a tight grip on our people, because it's just like if somebody told you that the sky was blue all your life, and then you finally, you know, see it from a different lens, and you say like, wait a minute, it got a little bit of purple in there, it got a little bit of green in there, or whatever, you know. And you tell people, hey, no, the sky's green today. You know what I mean? The sky's pink today. They gonna be like, no, it's always been blue. That's all we've ever known. You know, so some people that's gonna come to you with that approach of, this is what I know, so I'm gonna just stick to what I know instead of something new. And then you're gonna have other people that's gonna have that approach where it's just, I don't want this. You know, I don't want this knowledge. Even though I know it's the truth, I just don't want it. You know? But I think it's easy to recognize the people. If you led by the Spirit, it's easy to recognize the people that don't want it opposed to the people that do.
Yeah,
you know,
I completely agree.
Because just like Nicodemus was, you know, even though he had persecuted the church, he still came to Christ by night, because people are driven to want to know, you know, what it is. If they spirit is led that way, you can't really you can't really prevent it from happening if you led, you know what I mean? I feel like we was all once led at a point in time where it was like, dang, we can't shake it. Like, I remember when I first got told about it, I literally was just up all night. I couldn't go to sleep. I was, you know, trying to get my mind off of it, but my mind just kept concerning. Like, dang, my brother told me this. Like, what did he mean by that? You know, like, and it was it was captivating to the point where I couldn't stop thinking about it, you know? Well, I'll be in the middle of a conversation and I would just like gaze off to like, dang, like I need to really know what's going on. And I feel like when it's in you, you can't really prevent it. But that's how you know that you one of the ones that's chosen to understand it. And I feel like that's why your praise should be even more higher, because you see people that's just like you that can't, you know, truly accept or follow God the way that you know, were chose to.
Yeah.
And like, I'll give if it's cool, I'll give an example of like one of the conversations I've had recently with my uncle.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's the one that goes out singing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I had basically just plain out asked him to look at his foundation. I had asked him like, why do you listen to all these people that you do? He listens to a lot of like leftist churches and stuff like that. Just all of the just political stuff, getting caught up in the world, worldly things. And I had asked him that, and it really didn't hit me till my like friend told me it. But he had said to me, "You're no holier than I am." And my friend was he had said, now it really sounds like he wasn't speaking to you, in the sense of, you know, of course I was speaking from the rock at that time. It was definitely some warring going on.
Right.
But I feel like he was speaking to what's in me, you know.
Oh yeah. See, when sometimes you would see when a spirit enters into a person to where you know that it's not directed towards you, but towards that spirit that's within you. Because I've had a lot of these encounters. I know, like, you could tell a man's spirit or what spirit he has on him by, you know, even the way he looks, you know, even the tone, you know, that he said that they might say it in or something like that. And the thing is, like, when people say stuff like that, they want you to feel like you're not doing more for God than them. You know what I mean? Because they want to threaten, you know what I'm saying? They kind of feel threatened by the fact that you just trying to do more for the Most High, you know?
Yeah. He had asked me like, what authority do you have to be judging me? And I straight up told him, if you are truly my brother, then I have all right.
Yeah,
according to the scripture.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. Like he wouldn't say something like that if he understood the scriptures, because even the scripture says that a man I'm trying to think of the scripture, but it goes pretty much where it's saying like if a man is keeping the law, he's better than one that's not. So to go, that kind of goes to show that like I'm never going to say that I'm better than any man, but the Lord knows, who is trying for him and who's not. You know what I mean? But according to the scripture, he says that, I will be greater because of my obedience. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people probably didn't feel like, Daniel or David was greater than them, as serving God, but the evidence is there. You know what I mean? And you can tell who he deals with and who he doesn't. So, but never to boast about it, because that's the thing that sometimes that's what they think. They want us to boast at them about the glory of, what we've been presented, but that's not the point. The whole point is, hey, I want you to follow him, in sincerity. I don't want you to just put on this show, or I don't want you to just serve him just because somebody told you to serve him, or just because this is what you know. Like, I want you to truly believe.
And like the thing I really feel about it is like, regardless of if he accepted it or not, he heard it. And that's what y'all wanted. Because he needed to hear it regardless. I've spoke to him before in the past about a lot of things, about how we're drafted in, being Gentiles and stuff like that. And, he just can't wrap his head around things when it comes to that. I mean, I love my uncle, and I say he reads more than anyone else in my family, other than, me, not bragging or any form, just honestly speaking. He'll sit there and read, but these things that I bring to him, he has no clue on. And I think it makes that spirit in him just angry when it hears the truth.
Yeah, I mean, the spirit bears witness with the spirit. You know what I mean? So that's really kind of how it goes. And then just like you were saying, like you told him, it's. The scripture says, tell them whether they hear or forbear, so whether they hear or they gonna throw all of the things that you told them out of the way, at least you told them. That blood is off your hands at that point,
Yeah.
So you don't have to. Yeah. So you're good. You know what I mean? It's up to them now at that point. Yeah. And this is how you know if he wants to, is if he comes back to you or goes to somebody that has the understanding, and he might start asking little questions, and he might start wondering. Now that's when is bothering his spirit enough to where he wants to know a little bit more, and that's when you feed him. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just got to plant the seed and step away, and pray that it get watered,
Yeah.
Or, and sometimes, like, somebody made a song and they had said something about the watering of the seed, and like pretty much knowing that like you supposed to plant the seed, but a seed will let you know when it's time to, when it needs water. But then you also can't give a seed too much water, otherwise it will never grow. And I was thinking about that, and I'm like, man, that is so true, because if you look at it in a sense of the spirit, if you give them too much of the word, it's gonna start stunting their growth sometimes, to where they won't be able to take it all in and then absorb it and then grow from it, So sometimes you gotta cut off the water, you know what I mean, and just see if that starts sprouting.
I get
you have
that.
to give it in doses. Yeah,
give it in doses, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's obviously like some things you can't just. I mean, you can, but I would really say you're not supposed to just straight bring it up to them right when you start talking to them about the truth.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
We don't even have to go into all that.
Yeah, for sure.
And like, that's when it's like these are the people in my family. It reminds me of like the scribes and the Pharisees. Like, these people were supposed to know the word, supposed to know Yah. And it's like when Yah actually came to them, spoke to them face to face, they didn't know him. They rejected him. It's just I just gotta keep that on my mind.
Right.
I feel like all believers should, because we're gonna be rejected.
Right.
Not everyone's able to even comprehend this. Like it says, not everyone has ears to hear and eyes to see.
Right.
I feel like that's a reality we all have to accept. It's a hard one too. Like, it really is. But with Yah, I feel like it really is like the only way for me, at least, to kind of get through that. In the sense of knowing the reward too, but just knowing that Yahusha had to go through the same thing.
Yeah, that's why he tells us to be like Christ, and that's why Christ is our example, because the things that he had to overcome. Because a lot of people don't look at like dealing with family, you know what I'm saying, dealing with people, you know what I'm saying, that you love that won't accept it, is also overcoming. You know how much stress and you know thoughts and things like that goes into that. You're not telling somebody about the truth and they deny it and you just walk away. You know, not somebody that you care about, because you're gonna feel like, man, I don't want you to get, you know, caught up in that flame in the end. So you're gonna have a sense of care for them to where you want them to know, but that's when you gotta realize, like, it's not for everybody, you know. So just give them what you can, and, you know, pray that they open their heart up. You know, sometimes it might not be the time for them as well, because I've seen that happen too, where it was one brother that I was talking to, and I used to, like, I was telling him, like, he was real big on the Egyptology stuff, and I'm like, man, we not Egyptians, you know. I was trying to give him the understanding, trying to break it down to him, like, we are two separate people, you know. And he was listening, but I could tell he wanted to hear it, because he kept coming to me with questions and asking me and trying to catch me up. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna let you know what it is. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give you scriptures, I'm gonna give you history, and I'm gonna keep on proving this to you. And it's always gonna go back to Israel. And then one day I realized that he wanted to prove it wrong more than he wanted to know the truth. So I told him, I said, look, I said, I've gave you all of these scriptures, I've showed you the proof and everything like that. I said, in due time, you'll understand. I said, when it's time for you to understand that we are who we are, I said, you'll understand. And I just stopped talking to him, you know. And a couple years later, he reached out to me. He was like, man, you was right. We are Israel. And, you know what I mean? And I was shocked. I was shocked at it, because I was thinking, like, man, like, and then I'm like, how did you know? He was like, I was digging deep into the Egyptology stuff, and I couldn't stop from running into it's Israel, you know. And he realized that it is just who we are. You know, as much as we want to be somebody else, you know, the evidence shows otherwise. You know, so I was like, all praises to the Most High. We've been brothers in Christ ever since. You know, but sometimes it's just it might not be a person's time.
That's a wonderful story. Wow. Yeah, I agree for sure. I mean, I've heard some things from a few sisters I found on the internet, you know, and they're telling me how certain people in their families believed, like, actually truly believed in the true faith, and tried to speak to them like 10 years ago, and they just completely rejected them.
Yeah.
But they was that one seed they planted that eventually sprouted, like, actually got nutrients.
Yeah, so don't, like, when you dealing with people, don't ever, like, think that it's too late. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
people.
don't
It's
give up.
people. Yeah, I'm about to say it's people that the Most High called at they early age, and then it's also people that He called at their older age, all throughout the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? So just
Like if I'm not mistaken, in Jeremiah it talks about people like Yah not picking someone, but putting someone in a family specifically, you know, for to save their family.
Yeah.
In the sense of leading them to the truth, you know.
Right.
Well, Yah leading using them, obviously.
It was a lot of people that He done that with all throughout the scriptures. Like even when you read in Kings, there will always be a one man that'll rise up and get the nation back on track when they was all pretty much doing what they wanted to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he always have that designated one that's going to be able to teach and bring the people back into the fold, you know, again. But we gotta endure and have that patience that our people
Enduring,
you know, follow Him, and then always pray about that thing, because you got to think about it. We wasn't called because of our own actions. We was only called because He wanted us, you know, and He knows the desires of our heart. And some people they have a designated spot that it ain't gonna be changed, but there's gonna be other ones of us that the Most High will take their hardness off of their heart, because He see that they want to, but they might have a stronghold holding them right now, you know. But they might come back a couple years later, like, ah, man, okay, well, you remember that stuff you were telling me? Like, let me know, let me know some more, you know.
I was gonna say, like, one thing I very much like had to discern is like the actual Ruach HaKodesh versus what I felt when I was in a church. Because like it says in these times, there would be I think it says demons teaching people teaching doctrines of demons, leading them astray. Like I'm pretty sure that's directly talking about the church, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, because that's really what it is. It's the spirit. It's the spirit of Antichrist. They teaching everything against what Christ taught us, and it's leading them completely astray. But it's only because people are putting their faith in it, you know. And once they stop putting their faith in lies, then they will be able to accept the truth so much easier. But because they've hardened their heart to the truth, and then they accept that lie, that's when that strong delusion comes, and then that's when they wrapped up in it, you know. The more you see the truth and deny it, the more He says, like, I can't deal with you, you know, because that means that you're now making a choice. You choosing who you're gonna serve, even though you know that I'm the one true God, and you know that this isn't the right God, and you follow that God after knowing who I am. That means you making your choice. I don't really have much to deal with you. But until you choose to serve me, that's the only way I'm gonna deal with you. And rightfully so. Like, you know what I mean? Because I mean, you gotta look at it from His perspective. You know, when we ruling in the kingdom, there's not gonna be somebody that wants to choose, hey, I'm gonna go this side one day, and no, we all gonna have to serve Him in one consent and in one accord, you know, in all things. So it ain't no, okay, well, today I'm gonna choose to do what I want to do. No. He don't want nobody like that. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and get up off of here because I gotta go in like 30 minutes, and you know, work. Unfortunately.
Okay, well, I want to read something real quick.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
For a second, I thought it was muted. All right. So this is Matthew chapter 13, verse 18 to 23. This is pretty much what we're talking about for the most part. So therefore, hear the this is the New King James Version. Therefore, hear the parable of the sower. When anyone hears the word of the kingdom and does not understand it, then the wicked one comes and snatches away what was sown in his heart. This is he who receives seed by the wayside. But he who received the seed on stony places, this is he who hears the word and immediately receives it with joy. Yet he has no root in himself, but endures only for a while. For when tribulation or persecution arises because of the word, immediately he stumbles. Now he who receives seed among the thorns is he who hears the word And the cares of this world and the deceitfulness of riches choke the world, and he becomes unfruitful. But he who receives seed on the good ground is he who hears the word and understands it, who indeed bears fruit and produces some 100-fold, some 60, some 30.
That's a heavy script. That's a heavy script.
Yeah. Pretty much what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Especially when it talks about people being choked up by the cares of this world. That's where a lot of people, you know how they say, oh dang, this thing got a chokehold on the people. That's what it means. You know, like these doctrines and these philosophies have a chokehold on our people, and because they care so much about what the world thinks, they won't come to Christ. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get off of this. I'm glad that we was able to get up on here and build. I'm planning on doing more of these on the channel and everything like that every once in a while, and just tapping in, asking questions. You know what I'm saying? So thank y'all for joining in. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, you know, some of the brothers and sisters in the chat can jump in the next time. Yeah, have a blessed night.
I realized. Yeah, you too. I realized this is like the prelude to your podcast channel.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's gonna be. This is where it's gonna start at. This is where it's all gonna start at. But,
good night, brother.
All right, shalom.
Yeah. Good night. Shalom.
All right, y'all. We up out of here. Appreciate y'all for stopping by, tapping in with us. We'll do some more videos on one of the next streams that I do.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
It's Jacob's time now. Yeah.
I just need a random song, chat. Okay. Oh, wait. Okay, there we go, Chad. There we go. Oh, Snap, what's good with you, Marcus? I didn't even know you're still in the chat, man. But shalom, man. Y'all have a blessed night. I'm gonna go to work and probably do some editing. So get some of these videos out for y'all. We out of here, man. Trying to be finessing. No time for
If the wicked shall turn away from his wickedness, you won't be out here cracking cars, still penny pinching. Generation still playing hating, bearing false witness. A hard-headed, stiff-necked people. I am not kidding, they will not listen. Trick. Yeah, the clock ticking, time to hop, skip it, time to stop sinning. Yeah, I repented from man's inventions, he done reinvented. Yeah, I'm really winning. Every prudent man dealing with some knowledge. Nah, I didn't go to college. Streets showed me how to profit. Most I taught me how to profit. Get it in, now I got it. I'ma walk it like I talk it. That's or not, then I'ma stop it. That's or not, then I'ma stop it. No regard for some folly. They got the whole world trying to be finesse. They got the whole world trying to be finesse. Whole time stuck in your sins, that's transgression. Best stop playing. 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 They got the whole world trying to be finesse. Whole time stuck in your sins, that's transgression.
Hold up, stop the beat. The most high ain't playing what you need grows. The kind of fit Esau and I see. Real comfy eating good, wiggling his toes. He at the top, we at the tail, flexing and finessing. Killing, stealing, eating swine and Roman oppression. Stiff neck Israel, they learn they lesson. Get your paper, pen, and pad, cause class is let's go. Hebrews to Negroes, the story they never told. Had us on ships and we were sold. Identity lost in the fold. Find yourself in the Bible, repent. Turn away from idols, wait for the Most High's arrival. It's vital for your survival.
They got the whole world be finesse. Whole time stuck in your sins, that's transgression. Best stop playing. 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 They got the whole world trying to be finesse. Whole time stuck in your sins, that's transgression. When nations are rising against nation, and king against king. Ain't no love for a brother. In a world full of demons, fear God, eschew evil. Going all in, ain't no half stepping. I was mad reckless, nothing new on the sun. It's a past lesson, now the past present. Better know it, you have it in store. He who oppressed the poor, word embedded to the core. You better come through the door, big homie. Yer, pull up on them and take them to church. What's last coming first? The meek shall inherit the earth. They got the whole world trying to be finesse. They got the whole world trying to be finesse. Whole time stuck in your sins, that's transgression. Best stop playing. 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 They got the whole world trying to be finesse. Whole time stuck in your sins, that's transgression.